here in George. I'm Tim. He's Mitch. Tim Peterson, Mitch Kieran here for Okoboji High School basketball against George Little Rock. And we, like I said, are in George tonight. Nice setting for basketball. We've been here for playoff games and other games. A good place to be. And it should be a good night for these teams for Okoboji, I think, Mitch.
Well, without a doubt, it was a tale of two games they're coming off of on Tuesday for Okoboji. They played some very stout Sibley Cheaton. Very good competitors this year so far for the girls team. A couple of sophomores really led the way, both of them getting over 20 points. But for the boys, they held on to a lead. Wasn't a great lead, but like I said, held on to it for the entire game. So they're rolling pretty high following Lucas Lorenzen and some great teamwork behind him. But overall, yeah, we're ready to get going here for some more Okoboji and George Little Rock Siouxland Conference basketball tonight.
The girls' matchup is very close. If you look at their stats up and down the line, all the percentages, or most of the percentages, are all pretty much the same. George Little Rock comes into the game with a record of 1-2. Okoboji's 0-4. Going to see if they can get their first victory here tonight. This game will be followed by the boys' game, and you can follow along right here on Y100, or it is streaming at exploreokoboji.com. You can watch and listen in. Let's get to our coaches in our pregame and pregame interviews that Mitch sat down with the coaches and was able to talk to them. Pregame is brought to you by Lakes Region Healthcare and Spirit Lake, online at lakeshealth.org.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
So, where am I?
Good evening and welcome to the pregame show on Y100, brought to you by Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake. We were able to catch up with head coach of the Okoboji girls basketball team, John Adams, following a defeat to Sibley Cheaton 67-26 Tuesday night.
Well, Coach, obviously not quite the nights we were hoping for, especially against some of those youngsters. Their start tonight, 67-26. What were some of your thoughts from the game?
Yeah, I was really pleased with how we started. I thought the first 4 or 5 minutes we competed, we guarded like we wanted to, got good shots, held the lead, I think, at the 3-4 minute mark of that first quarter, and then they went to a zone, had a hard time guarding us in the man, and the zone really bothered us. We just too many turnovers, and you have to give them credit. Wasman and Brower are so quick and anticipate very well, and Brower's so long, her arms are everywhere, and they did a good job turning our turnovers into layups. And we talked to the girls, our MOC game, we really competed hard. And you felt like we had turned a corner, and we talked about you can't turn it over, and because you can't guard that, and we have to limit our fouls. So, that game we lost by 11. We got outscored 11 off turnover points and 9 at the free throw line. So, did a lot of things that could have won that game. Tonight we just took a step back, and that's my fault. We probably didn't do a good enough job in practice yesterday of mimicking that half-court pressure. And, we talked after the game that we win together, we lose together. And, nights like tonight, they aren't much fun. But we'll bounce back. I love this group to death. They're going to continue to stick together. And we'll get better. And, look forward to Friday night when we get to come back and compete again against George Little Rock. So that's a great thing about basketball is you can't lick your wounds too long because you got something else coming up pretty quick. So this group will work hard, and I just told them tonight that wasn't us. It wasn't Okoboji basketball for whatever reason. And give Sibley credit. They got us out of what we wanted to do, and we just couldn't ever get it back. And that's my fault. So I've got to do a better job, especially with this younger group, of calming them down a little bit and giving them some better opportunities to take care of the basketball.
Well, hey, all will come in time. Without a doubt, this is a young team stepping up in those big leadership roles. We saw first starts on the night and in the season for McKenna Helmers plus Morgan Robinson. Obviously, still a young team and obviously some things to work on, but like you said, give credit to Sibley Ocheyedan, applying a lot of pressure and taking advantage. It's just going to be one of those games that just happens. But
Yep, exactly. And like I told them, I'll watch the film, but I told the girls after that they're going to burn the film. I'll learn from it, and we'll get them better from that. And yeah, the great thing is we look forward to being together tomorrow again. It's like I told them, it's a game. Mm-hmm. Who they are is they're awesome kids, and who they are is not determined by how they play out here, whether you win or lose. And I couldn't love them any more than I do. And it's one of those nights. We'll bounce back, and they said some great things in the locker room to each other, and I know they'll stick together, and that's how you get through the growing pains. And we'll keep getting better. I thought we got better each game up until tonight, and like I said, it's kind of a hiccup that I know you won't see this on Friday.
Well, either you win or you learn, and at least glad to see that the chemistry is still there, Coach. We will be back on the road with you once again Friday at George Little Rock.
Perfect.
And once again, thank you very much for taking the time
you
to
bet.
talk
Thanks
with us.
for having us, and we appreciate all the great coverage that you guys give us, every year, but especially this year when the fans can't be at the games. We miss them, but we know that they're listening on the radio and stream, and we really greatly appreciate that, and we look forward to giving you guys a better show on Friday. I can guarantee that will happen.
Well, we appreciate the comments and your time, Coach. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mitch.
That was John Adams, head coach of the Okoboji Pioneers girls basketball team. We'll have more coming up on the pregame show next.
As far as I can.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
Do you pick that music?
Back here on the pregame show, brought to you by Lakes Regional Healthcare on Y100, and we're talking with girls basketball coach of the George Little Rock Mustangs, Reed Gertis. Coach, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Coach, you're starting off the year 1-2 while returning a lot of your everyday players from last season. Just talk to us first about how this team has looked in the early goings of the new season.
I would say our first two games started a little bit rocky. I think everyone was probably expecting that a little bit in the conference, considering our limited time with them in the off season. It helps having some girls that have been around the system, around the program for a while. We got a few girls back from injuries, and actually one of them, a pretty big piece for us, had been out for the last 2 years with ACL injuries. So this would have been a big summer for her. So just getting her feet underneath her, going into the season here, easing her into it. I think we finally got her going a little bit. But, yeah, I think overall it's been pretty decent.
And, Coach, you did pick up your first win Tuesday night of this week over Sheldon, 39-37. Looked like a very good matchup. Tell us about what went down.
It was pretty much down to the wire. Well, at the beginning, I think we handled them pretty much in the press. They struggled getting the ball across half court. We picked up some easy baskets off that. Then they got it going a little bit in the second quarter to even it back up. It was pretty much back and forth all the way throughout. I was proud of our team. We haven't been in a ton of close situations the last few years here. So for them to be able to grit one out like that, of course, there's some things we need to work on. We got to make free throws down the stretch if we want to continue to win those games, and we need to shoot better. We only shot the ball 28% on Tuesday night, but it was good to see us still pull out a win.
Well, very good, Coach. As always, tough competition in the Siouxland Conference, and another quick turnaround as you're going for your second win on the year against Okoboji, playing a bit of a younger Pioneers team. Tell us what the game plan is for Friday night.
I think our whole game plan probably stems around stopping Montana Wilson for Okoboji. She's a good player. I think she averages about 10 points, 10 rebounds, so that's some pretty good numbers right out of the gate to start the year. they got another senior that's pretty capable shooter. I think it's Boschke or something like that. She's a pretty good player as well. So stopping those two players, making some of the sophomore players step up and beat us, I think that's pretty much our game plan.
Well, we're looking forward to a good matchup at George Little Rock. We've been talking with Mustangs girls basketball coach Reed Gertis. Coach, thank you very much for your time and best of luck in the matchup.
Thank you.
Starting lineups and tip-off of the girls' game between the Okoboji Pioneers and the George Little Rock Mustangs are coming up next.
Joint and sports surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
Okoboji High School is proud to sponsor all Okoboji students in their activities. Okoboji High School wishes good luck to the Okoboji Pioneers as they work hard all season. Be proud to represent the Okoboji Pioneers in education and activities.
It's different than a couple games ago, but the same as last game. It's Olivia Lorenzen, a sophomore, who stands at 5'4". Ella Stoll at 5'11" is a junior. Montana Wilson is 6'1", and she's a junior. It'll be McKenna Helmers, the 5'6" sophomore, and Morgan Robinson, the 5'11" senior. If you're wondering why you're not hearing too much from Mitch, he is double duty tonight, I should let you know. He's not only trying to commentate a little bit, he also has to run the video stream. So if it goes off air, Mitch, we know everybody will be blaming you. But
yeah, so it's like I got some pressure on me tonight, but luckily we got the best in the business, at least on the radio aspect, and I'll be trying to keep us up video as well for those of you not being able to attend. We're very happy to at least bring you this game.
And if you can't hear us on the radio, then that's Brian's fault back in studio, but he always does a great job. So let's meet the starters for the home team, the George Little Rock Mustangs. It'll be Emerson Netton, a 5'7" junior, a 5'7" senior, Emily Grieve. And it'll be a 5'5" senior, Mackenzie Post. And Madison Eben, a 5'8" senior, and 5'7" junior, Kelly Motter. Head coach for the Mustangs is Reed Gertis, as we just heard from. John Adams for the Pioneers, who we also just heard from. Thanks to Mitch for those interviews. Should let you know that Mackenzie Post is the leading player for the GLR Mustangs. She is averaging 13 points a game for the Okoboji Pioneers. Their leading scorer is Montana Wilson, averaging 9 points and 10 rebounds a game. We're going to take a short pause for the national anthem. We'll get back with the tip-off here between Okoboji and GLR.
Mean to be on a team. It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest, member FDIC.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
Are you paying too much for internet service? It's time to cut the wires, cut the charges. IGL Teleconnect is your local internet provider. No contracts, no hidden fees, no equipment rental, and no confusing packages for just $40 a month. IGL Teleconnect, we put you first.
I didn't know what I wanted to do.
I have big dreams for the future. And Iowa Lakes gave me the perfect start.
I'm busy, but Iowa Lakes fits.
Some days are way harder than others. But every day,
I'm having fun. I'm learning.
I'm building lifelong friendships.
And I'm gaining experience.
Your future?
Your future.
Your future starts at Iowa Lakes. At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
Time for tip-off here in George. Tim Peterson, Mitch Kiernan. It's Okoboji in the maroon jerseys. Going left to right on your radio dial. The Mustangs of GLR will be going right to left. They have white jerseys with red numbering on them. It'll be Wilson jumping, and she pulls it back, but it's taken away. It's Post feeding down low. Great over-the-shoulder, cross-the-lane pass to Emerson Netton, and it's 2-0. Full court pressure being applied. Lorenzen gets to Helmers. Helmers in the backcourt. Feeling the pressure back to Lorenzen. Far side to Wilson. Wilson double dribbled on that sideline. She was looking to pass. Was going to pick up the ball. Instead decided to keep dribbling. And a turnover on the Pioneers. 2-0 the score. 7:43 to go. First quarter. Mustangs have it right to left. Here they come. Emily Grieve gets it. Gives it off to Eben. Eben up top. A whistle blows. And a traveling call on Eben. And with these two squads and their numbers, we're going to more than likely see a lot of the same things. That first basket by Post was a beautiful over-the-shoulder across the lane pass to Netton.
Yeah, just beautiful setup on that positioning right there for George Little Rock. And as you saw, Okoboji, they struggled earlier this week, Tuesday, against Sibley Ochene, just getting pressured on the offensive side of the ball. As you know, they like to work the arc and try to get that ball down underneath, trying to get to Robinson and Wilson in the post, but they were struggling to get that in Tuesday and forcing a lot of turnovers, so something to keep in mind for tonight's matchup.
They have the height advantage, and they were looking at a zone early. They got a foul, so they inbound underneath the hoop, bounce pass into Morgan, and Robinson gets the score even at 2-2. Back quickly down the floor is Grieve on the near side. Gives it off, working the perimeter. Motter feeds it down low to Post. Post kicks it back out to Netton. Netton's going to swing around, drive in from the free throw line, and then kick it back out to Grieve. Grieve will drive in the lane, throw a floater up, and Emily Grieve has a basket. 4-2, Mustangs lead. That full court pressure getting to the Pioneers a little bit. Helmers gets it into the front court, and she's trapped at the three-quarters court mark, and Coach Adams says, give me a timeout. We need to talk about this pressure that we're facing in the backcourt.
Yeah, for sure. Okoboji, you know, definitely coming into this year, girls stepping up into those newer roles on this squad, and right now they just got to get their feet underneath them. You know, Coach Adams, this is just about his third game, I want to say, back with the team after coming off quarantine, so obviously they're just trying to put all the pieces together and not quite getting it there just yet, but these girls still need to find that way to get that varsity starting time experience. But as you can see, defenses like Sibley Ochene earlier this week, and so far out of the gates in the first minute, George Little Rock, they're very aggressive, and we're seeing already an early full court press.
They're clicking pretty well all around here offensively and defensively. They go to the 2-3 zone. Pioneers inbounded at midcourt. Lorenzen has it straight away to the right to Helmers. Helmers beyond the arc looking in. Nothing there. Back up top to Stoll. Far side Lorenzen into Robinson. To Stoll at the free throw line. She penetrates in, kicks it out. Here's Helmers for two. It's a long one, but no good. Rebound gets bounced around. I think Lorenzen poked it out of bounds, and she did. 6:33 to go. First quarter, 4-2. Pioneers trail, and they'll go with the full court press themselves. A man-to-man full court pressure zone, or press. That's the word I'm looking for. Comes into Grieve. They're not going to press hard. Grieve's going to bring it up and get it up the floor. Well, she nearly carried it there. Gives it off to Netton. Netton brings it up around the top and tries to feed it inside, and it's stolen away by Wilson. Wilson gives it to Lorenzen. Quickly down the right side to Helmers. Back to Lorenzen. Beyond the arc, three on the way. No, back rim and out. Long rebound comes to Post. She's going to race down the left side. She's going to come in. Helmers is going to try to body her up and does just enough to make that shot go off the mark. Rebounded by the Pioneers. Lorenzen the outlet. She'll bring it, get it into the front court. Over to Stoll on the left side. Beyond the arc. Looking in, nothing. She'll put it on the ground and bring it to the right side. She throws it over to Lorenzen. Left open for a three, so why not? No good.
Already you can see Okoboji early in this game trying to go for that open shot, but no success thus far from deep in the perimeter.
Post back down the other way is bumped by Helmers. That'll be her first personal. McKenna Helmers, a 5'6" sophomore, commits the foul. Post will be inbounding it. Looking in, finally gets it into Netton in the low blocks. Back out to Post, who will drive it right back into the lane, then throw it to the near side corner, just inside the arc. Rattles around and comes out no good, but there for the rebound is Matter, and she missed. And then a foul called on Post.
Post going for that rebound, going over the back, and so she's going to be checking out here.
She's their leading scorer, and she just picked up her second personal, so that's good news for Pioneer fans. 5:31 to go in the first quarter. Lorenzen has the basketball. She'll dribble it with the right hand into the front court. Go to her right with it to Helmers. Helmers looking in from the wing to the corner to Wilson. Wilson back up top to Lorenzen. Tries to force it inside to Robinson, and it's poked away. Taken back down the floor by Grieve. Grieve will pick it up. Slow things down. Here's Olivia Johnson, the 5'4 senior, just into the game beyond the arc straightaway to Netton down the lane. And as she tried to kick it back out, she was fouled. 4-2. Mustangs with the lead. That foul called on Lorenzen, her first.
Pretty physical so far in the early goings. Okoboji not wanting to give George Little Rock any free rides out of the gates here in this first quarter, trying to earn every offensive points they can get.
Afton Groen checks into the game. 5'10 senior. She's the one who was injured for a couple of years back out there. Here's the inbound pass picked off coast to coast for Lorenzen, and she does a scoop shot for the layup. Can't get it to go, but draws the foul. No. She did not draw the foul. The momentum carrier out. I didn't quite see that one. No foul called. Must have been out of bounds. Just
had too much momentum going that time.
Groen picks it up in the backcourt, throws it up into the front court. Grieve catches it. Stoll goes for the foul or goes for the steal and commits the foul. So Ella picks up her first. Low scoring game here so far with under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Grieve with it up straight away. Stoll guarding, man-to-man defense applied by the Pioneers. Stoll going for the steal, and she got it, and then she gets fouled by Grieve. Nice play by Ella to get in there and poke that one away. That's Grieve's first foul.
Already you can see Ella playing very tight defense. She already got caught with a reach in, but this time made a small adjustment and did a good job forcing that foul and turnover.
The 2-3 zone is extending now, and Lorenzen finds Wilson down low, kick back out, and swung around to Helmer straight away. Back to Lorenzen on the right side wing, and she walked with it. She was going to pass, and the person she was going to pass to, Helmers, moved positions and takes an extra step. Emma Larson checking in for the Pioneers, along with Lene Abrahamson checking in. Lene Abrahamson, a 5'7 sophomore. Larson, a 5'6 senior for the Pioneers. Grieve will bring it down the floor with a 2-point lead, 4-2, 4:20 to go. Feeds it into the low blocks, kick back out, back into the blocks, and reaching over and committing the foul was Abrahamson. Now they went right after Abrahamson, and Madison Eben was posting up. She reached in to poke that one away, commits the foul. Inbound pass comes in and moved it straight back up to the top of the key. Martin swings it around near side. Grieve for three, and Grieve hits for three from the near side corner.
Nice shot.
Grieve's got 5 in the game. 7-2 the score. And in the backcourt, the ball's in Robinson's hands, and she travels with it. Another turnover on the Pioneers. I think Coach Adams' hair has turned a little bit more of a tint gray already in this one. Grieve will inbound it right in front of Coach Adams. She gets it in. Here's Groen all the way to the far side of the court, throws it straight over the heads and out of bounds. Turnover on the Mustangs.
Well, so far, George Little Rock has gotten some good offensive looks, but they've also handed a couple mistakes Okoboji's way. They just haven't found a way to capitalize yet.
Helmers to the far side to Larson. Free throw line to Robinson, and she's bumped, and that'll be on Grieve, and that'll be her second. So Post and Grieve both with 2 fouls here early on, and Coach Gertis has to go to the bench earlier than he wanted to. Here's Taryn Odens, a 5'6 freshman coming in. Okoboji will inbound it underneath the far side free throw line. Comes in to Robinson. Quick jumper, no good. Helmers from the out of bounds position comes in, just catches the rebound. Kicks it out to Larson. Near side, Abrahamson, who shuffled her feet, got away with it. Drives it in the lane, goes for the shot, and she's fouled. A lot of fouls here in this one so far. This one on Olivia Johnson, her first.
5 team on George Little Rock, 4 on Okoboji.
Abrahamson at the free throw line. Her shot, nope, hit the rim, but bounced away. Megan Titterington will check in for Robinson. Titterington, a 5'10 junior for the Pioneers. Second free throw is up, and that is good. 7-3 the score, 3:46 to go first quarter. Okoboji trailing GLR. Inbound from Netton. Looking, gets it in. Olivia Johnson will run it down the right side, get it into the front court, and switch to the left. Brings it over the near side. Grown with it, moves it back around the perimeter of the right side, taking it baseline and having her pass blocked is Motter. Still battling for it down there. Finally goes out of bounds off of Okoboji. Nice job sealing that baseline by the Pioneers.
So I think someone got an email.
Yeah, the computer in the gym here. Netton to inbound it. Throws it up top. Motter swing it far side. Johnson back up top. Grown. Here's Netton with it. Running the weave up top. Finally coming down the lane as Johnson gets in just inside the lane and stops, throws it back out to Netton. Netton starts in, comes back out with it. They're just working their offense, the team in white. Helmers guarding Johnson up top. Grown on the right side wing. Starts in, and she'll throw it back up top. Crowd for Okoboji saying, nice job, Pioneers, not letting them get anything here. Good defense. Still shuffled around, and now this pass goes to Grown. Slips through her fingertips and out of bounds. Pioneers with a nice, good defensive stand there.
Without a doubt there, George Little Rock, they were just showing some struggles. And for Okoboji, they just kept it simple, just toe-to-toe, one-on-one defense. But they were running with them, flocking to that ball, and just right at hip of any open defender, and able to outlast the Mustangs, force another turnover.
Lorenzen will get the ball into the front court to Abrahamson on the right side wing. Fakes right, goes left. Nothing there. Gives it off to Larson. Far side, Lorenzen. Abrahamson straight away. Now to the right side to Titterington. 2-3 zone picks her up, and her pass up top nearly got away from her, but Lorenzen tracks it down. Here's Larson back to Lorenzen. Abrahamson shuffled her feet again, and this time she gets caught. A travel called on Abrahamson.
Yeah, you could see her just take that stutter step right before she put the basketball on the ground. And unless you're seeing differently, Tim, I think since Montana Wilson, the only returning starter for Okoboji, we'll get to that in a second here.
Inbound pass comes all the way down the floor. Eben has her shot blocked at the low blocks, and the Pioneers come away with it. Abrahamson right back down the floor. Finally, the Pioneers will slow it down, and I'll let Mitch finish his thought.
Well, they got Montana Wilson starting off at the top of the key here, but I think they like to put two bodies on her underneath because they could tell Okoboji, that returning star, she has an opening here, but obviously fouled. So as you can see right there, defenses are starting to key in on Montana Wilson.
Well, the Pioneers also have the height advantage, and Montana at 6'1" has it. There isn't a player 6 foot on the Mustang squad that typically will play at all. And foul on Eben.
You can tell Okoboji just trying to get an opening, get that ball down to Montana. Without a doubt, returning with the most experience in this starting lineup.
4 seniors graduating last year. Wilson, one of the starters out of those 5 for him graduating. First free throw is no good. Second one, Wilson knocks it down. Pioneers trying to creep back into this one. Inbound pass is tipped out of bounds by Lorenzen. It'll stay with GLR. 7-4 the score, 2:04 remaining, first quarter. Post to inbound it. Gets it into Netton. Netton back to post, trying to get up that right sideline. Boy, they better get to scooting here. Post just gets it across the timeline in time. To her right-hand side, Odens. And her pass is tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with GLR. Robinson back into the game. She'll come in for Titterington. Nope. Coaches say nope, not Titterington. Give me Wilson. Titterington, Abrahamson, Robinson, Lorenzen, and Larson on the floor for the Pioneers. And they're away maroon. Inbound pass all the way back up top. Tracked down by Motter to the right side. Working in Eben. Bodied up with Abrahamson. Gets her to commit the foul. The shot does not go, but it'll send Eben to the free throw line. That'll be the second foul on Linnea Abrahamson. Eben's free throw, no good. Stoll in for Titterington. Helmers jumps back up, and she'll come into the game too. Abrahamson will check out with her 2 fouls. Even second free throw is long. Good blocking out by the Pioneers. They had the whole lane cleared out. Helmers comes down with the rebound, quickly goes down the floor to Lorenzen. They'll slow it up there. Stoll has it on top of the key. Into Robinson at the elbow. Back out to Larson. Larson to Stoll. Will work the perimeter again. Helmers, baseline. Into Robinson. Back out up top. Larson, Helmers from the right side just beyond the free throw line. Misses the jumper. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Netting down the floor. Picked up by Stoll. Lorenzen coming out. Tried to cherry pick. Almost got it away. Couldn't do so. Johnson with it. Stoll picks her up. To the far side to Motter. She'll pick up her dribble and then find Eben beyond the arc on the right side, the far side. Netting. Over to Odens. Picked off. Her pass is picked off by Lorenzen. She'll run it down the floor to the right side, lay it up, and gets it to go. Olivia Lorenzen with her first basket of the game, and it's 7-6 with 43 ticks to go in the first quarter. Back down the floor, Johnson to the corner. Motter looks in. They work it back up top. Johnson with it again. She'll throw it down to the far right side. Netton gives it off to Odens. Under 30 seconds to go, and she travels with it. Pioneers with a chance to take the lead here in this first quarter for the first time in the game. They'll have the ball. 28 seconds remaining, trailing 7-6. Jaya Klingenberg will come into the game, a junior. Lorenzen up the floor for the Pioneers. To the right side to Larson. Back up top, Stoll. Helmers swing it. Lorenzen far side, left side, 3-pointer, good. Olivia Lorenzen's heating up. She's got the last 5 for the Okoboji Pioneers. 10 seconds to go as they get into the front court. It's Johnson with it on the near side, guarded by Lorenzen. Goes to the corner to Eben. Eben starts to dribble to her right, kicks it back out. 2 seconds left. Johnson dribbles in baseline, shoots up a shot, can't get it to go, and that's the way the first quarter will end with the Okoboji Pioneers leading it 9-7 after trailing most of that first quarter by at least 1, and as great as I think it was 5 points. It was 5 points at one point.
Well, I think we're going to have a close game all night long, but Okoboji, as that first quarter carried on, got more comfortable. They stayed with the flow of the game, and they entered the second with the lead.
See if they can keep it going. Second quarter will be coming up when we return right here on Y100.
Mean to be on a team. It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest teams support student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest, member FDIC.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
They'll start off going left to right, and a pass down low, try to throw it into the block, skips through the hands of the intended receiver, and it goes out the far side. Turnover on the Pioneers to start the second quarter. Inbound pass comes in, and Lorenzen tips it away, right back out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs. Well, if they can throw a touchdown pass, they got net in that midcourt with a few feet between her and Wilson. They're not going to, but they will get into the net, and she'll run into the backcourt and catch it about the free throw line. She'll give it off to Johnson. Johnson down the floor, guarded by the much taller Stoll. Gives it off Klingenberg, swing it right side, Eben. Eben will drive in, take it down to the baseline, then pick up her dribble and back out to Netton. Skip pass to the near side to Johnson. Back to the left side, post back into the game, takes a baseline, throws it baseline in the far corner into Netton. Now here's Klingenberg in the low post getting it, putting a shot up, can't get it to go, and the rebound is pulled down by Robinson, who gives the lap to Lorenzen. Right down the floor she goes, right side. Helmer's left open, but she'll pass it up. Now goes down low to Lorenzen, and they say she traveled with it. It looked like she might have been bumped a little bit there. 9-7 with 7-11 remaining in the half. Groen checks back in. Thanks to the Eye Care Center of Spirit Lake, Bank Midwest, and State Farm Insurance agent Scott Troutman for Okoboji Sports and their boosting sports boosters sponsoring tonight's action. Inbound pass to Johnson, quickly down the floor to Netton on the near side wing. Back out to Johnson, up top to Post. Post starts with it to her right. Robinson picks up on her. She'll give it out to Groen. Groen's going to launch a three, can't get it to go. Too long, Lorenzen with the rebound, and over the back is Johnson. Olivia Johnson committing her second personal foul. Well, on paper, looking ahead a little bit for the later boys game, the boys seem to be favored in this one, I would say, against GLR, where in this one it seems like, boy, they're pretty much even on paper.
Well, for George Little Rock, the boys team, they are losing two of their top scorers from last year, but for Okoboji, they're returning the reigning scoring champion in the Siouxland Conference, and Lucas Lorenzen, even with that, he's just been carrying that and dominating so far.
Free throw is missed. GLR brings it right down the floor, gets a shot up, can't get it to go. They get their own rebound, and a foul is committed by the Pioneers. It'll be on Ella Stoll. That'll be her second personal. Now Lorenzen averaging 32 points a game and 12 rebounds. A double-double average. Free throw is up and no good. Mater couldn't hit it. She'll get another try. I think it was her mom helped me out with some names here tonight.
Well, very nice.
And I said that name Mater, and she said, you got our name right. Ball comes into Lorenzen. She'll get up the floor to Stoll, over to Helmer, stolen away by Groen. She loses the handle on out of bounds. She was trying to say it went off of Wilson, but it did not. Groen's got that right leg with a huge brace on it. That's why I assumed earlier that she's probably the player that Coach talked about in pregame who had been out for the last 2 years with an ACL.
Mm-hmm.
Pioneers still going against the 2-3. They get it down low to Robinson. Back up top. Stoll. She'll launch a straightaway three. Can't get it to go. Rebound being fought for. Groen comes away with it. Throws an outlet pass, and it nearly goes out of bounds on the near side, but Mater runs it down. Mater in the front court. Throws to the right side corner. And that one's going to the Okoboji cheerleaders who are here tonight. So turnover on the Mustangs.
And that's a new development as of this week. Visiting cheerleaders also get to come, plus two more spectators of their choosing as well. So happy to see that. A few more bodies in this
could add a
mostly empty gym.
Of 10 more fans there.
Yeah, absolutely.
10 for each squad.
Mm-hmm.
Mustangs have their cheerleaders here as well. Stoll with it in the front court. Tries to throw a skip pass, and the defense picks it off. Post with it down the floor. She'll stop at the elbow and gives it to Cutting Eben, who wasn't ready for the pass, and it's stolen away by Okoboji. Okoboji leading 9-8. Down the floor to Helmers on the wing. Up top, Lorenzen. She's not shy. She'll launch a three. She'll hit it. Olivia Lorenzen feeling it.
Only a matter of time before those started falling. They're taking wide open shots on the arc and finally starting to put them through.
Post brings it down the floor, gets it drive to the right-hand side, and she got bumped, and that'll make it bonus time for both squads now. Lorenzen picks up her second personal. Abrahamson comes in for Stoll. 12-8 the score. Post at the free throw line. She got a 1-and-1 here, and she'll miss the front end. Okoboji's Wilson pulls down the rebound, gives it off to Helmers. Helmers down the floor left to right. Looking in, nothing there. Boy, you need a lot of movement when you go against a 2-3, and you try to get to the free throw and go from there. Free throw line should leave some open looks for threes, and Pioneers have got a couple. Here's Lorenzen at the free throw line. Back out to Abrahamson from the wing, and she shuffled her feet again. Boy, she's done that 3 times now and has been caught twice. Just has to show a little bit more patience when she receives that rock.
Yeah, that first move, got to put that ball on the ground and dribble, then run. It's just getting a little ahead of yourself out there, a little too eager.
Post into the front court, guarded by Helmers. Brings it to the left-hand side beyond the arc. Now throws it down low, cutting net and wide open. Hit her, but she couldn't hit the short 1-foot jump shot. And then Lorenzen pushes the pace down the floor and throws it down to Helmers, and Post knocks that one out of bounds. So it'll stay with the Pioneers. They're in the front court, right in front of the GLR bench. Helmers will inbound it. Throws it into Lorenzen. On the right side, toward the baseline. She'll start to bring it up toward the top. Picks up her dribble. Finds Robinson cutting. Kick back out far side. Helmers forces it into Wilson. Poked away. GLR comes away with it. Post into the front court. Right side, far side. Brings it down low. Spins it around. Throws a shot up. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound amongst 5 Pioneers. Misses the shot. Gets her own rebound again in the middle of 5 Pioneers. And this time a foul is committed. Well, that's not good. And Coach Adams is going to probably want to look at that on the film room when one player is out rebounding 5. That foul called on Helmers, her second. Free throw, no good. Great block out there by the Pioneers. Robinson, Helmers, everybody had players pinned, and the ball just fell harmlessly, and Robinson runs it down. She'll give it off to Helmers, who will bring it down the floor, and Coach Adams will take a timeout. He's going to take a short 30-second timeout. 4:28 remains in the half. We'll take a 30-second timeout right with them. Back here with more high school basketball on Y100.
I didn't know what I wanted to do.
I have big dreams for the future. And Iowa Lakes gave me the perfect start.
I'm busy, but Iowa Lakes fits.
Some days are way harder than others. But every day,
I'm having fun. I'm learning.
I'm building lifelong friendships.
And I'm gaining experience.
Your future?
Your future.
Your future starts at Iowa Lakes.
12-8, the Okoboji Pioneers leading against the GLR Mustangs. Okoboji seeking their first victory on the season. They have the basketball at midcourt on the far side. They'll enter it in. Abrahamson, Lorenzen, Helmers, Robinson, and Wilson on the floor for Okoboji. They get it in. Lorenzen to the right side to Helmers. Quick dump pass, and it's tipped away and taken away eventually by the Mustangs, netting down the floor. She'll bring it to the far side. Finds Eben. The free throw line, she dribbles around. Now back to net and to the free throw line with it. Throws it to the near side, and it goes through the fingertips of Motter. Out of bounds on the near side. Okoboji with the basketball after the turnover. Ball comes in to Lorenzen. 4:10 remaining in the half. Pioneers by 4. Here's Wilson with it. Way beyond the arc. Someone's got to come relieve her. Finds Abrahamson to her left. Now skip pass over the right side. Helmer's open for 3. Can't get it to go. Hit that back of the rim. Kind of sat there for a minute and then fell off to the side. GLR back with it. Post will drive down the lane, and she's going to be bumped by Helmers, and that's not good for the Pioneers as McKenna has just picked up her 3rd personal. That'll bring Larson back into the game. More than likely, Helmers down for the half.
And this game has been moving along pretty quickly. Already just at 3:46 left in the half and just back and forth. Neither team really just getting in a groove offensively thus far. But that first free throw will go.
That'll give her one more. Ben and Jody sending love to us, Mitch, on the air tonight. They're listening in. Her son Jackson just celebrating a birthday. Post at the free throw line with her next shot. That is good. 12-10 the score. Okoboji leading by 2. 3:46 remaining in the half. After that free throw, GLR will put on a full court press. It's a press trap. Comes on the Lorenzen. She'll break through on the left side. Try to do it herself and squeezes through a couple defenders, and one of them made contact. Sent Lorenzen flying. It'll be a first personal foul called on Kelly Motter. That'll put Lorenzen at the free throw line. The ball rolls around and drops through. Got the shooter's touch there. Lorenzen now 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Hasn't been very good free throw shooting tonight for either squad.
Both of them just really need to settle in, but it's been physical, so all these shots so far have been either wide open or hard-earned.
Second free throw, back rim, no good, but Wilson gets the rebound. Fakes like she's going to pass it out. Takes it up top strong with the left hand. Can't get the roll. Gets her own rebound. Low blocks. She'll try again. Her shot was blocked. She was looking for a foul. None called. And coming away with it is Grieve. 5'7" senior starts to her left, guarded by Larson to Eben. On the near side, back up top to the free throw line to Eben. Eben will give it off to Grieve. She'll throw it down low to Netton. Netton into the lane. Now she'll throw it back out. Caught by Modern. Up top. Grieve gives it off and bounce pass, about a 1 foot bounce pass to Netton, and Netton couldn't handle it. Close range bounce pass by Cammie Gherkin, the 5'3" freshman. Turnover on GLR as it goes out of bounds. Ball comes into Lorenzen. They break it easily. And Larson got into the front court and tripped over one of the volleyball lines and turns it over. She looks to be okay. And the pass from Grieve up top, tries to go down low with it and throws it right over her teammate's head. So a lot of not players on the Mustang squad here tonight are showing why they're not going to be starting quarterback for the varsity football squad next year. A lot of high passes that have been sailing out of bounds on them.
Yeah, at least that's one bright spot for Okoboji, that their defense has been able to force a lot of these turnovers as George Little Rock just trying to do a little too much. Only 10 points on the scoreboard, and they're starting to press a little bit. That's haven't had more success offensively. It looked like they got a lot of good looks as this game started, but haven't quite gotten back to them yet.
13-10 the score. We'll take a 30-second break and get back here for more first half action from George.
Lakes News Shopper would like to wish the Okoboji Pioneers and area sports teams the best of success this season. The Lakes News Shopper appreciates all the hard work and dedication that the student athletes and coaches put into their seasons and are very proud of the Pioneers.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
13-10 your score. I'm Tim Peterson. He's Mitch Curran. This is basketball on Y100, and we have a video stream going through ExploreOkoboji.com. If you want to watch the game and listen. Okoboji has the basketball and the three-point lead. Ball comes into Larson, skips through her hands, and it's taken away by Gherkin. She'll give it off, driving down the lane. Grieve, and she tries to make a pass when she should have been more selfish probably and just taking a shot. Ends up being stolen away by the Pioneers. Down the floor they go. Lorenzen, near side of Abrahamson. She shuffled her feet again. Then she takes the ball and kind of hit it on the ground because she's mad at herself. That's her third travel called. She could have been called for 4 so far. Every day I'm shuffling. Turnover. Grieve will have it. Up top, Netton gives it off, running a little weave, and boy, there's a travel right back as Gherkin shuffled them.
Yeah, not quite the pump-up song to listen to for basketball.
Well,
it's going to give you the wrong idea.
I can change it now. Every team is shuffling.
There you go. There you go. Moral of the story.
Pioneers with it. No more shuffling, girls. Abrahamson with it. Jab steps and throws to her left to Larson. Over to Lorenzen, working the perimeter. Double teamed is Lorenzen. She got tripped up, but is able to get a pass off to the near side to Stoll. Across the lane, low bounce pass, right in the low blocks, missed. Wilson can't get it to go. Had her hands on the rebound, and that's poked away out of bounds by Grieve. It'll stay with Okoboji. 2:06 remaining, first half, 3-point lead for Okoboji. Lorenzen to inbound it. Inbound comes into Wilson, takes an extra step across the lane and gets it to go. Oh, it took Montana a while to get her first field goal in this one. She's now got 3 points in the game. Pioneers up by 5.
Well, they're starting to get the ball to her a lot better that time, as you see. The first setup looked that much better. They run the baseline, get a bounce pass, wide open look. This one misses from downtown, but the second time Montana just stays in the groove, just flush those mental bricks, just live for that next shot, and she found a way to cap it off.
A three-pointer was missed, and then Motter got the rebound. And they worked it back around, ends up in the low post to Eben, and Eben hits the shot. And as the Pioneers are bringing it down the floor in their backcourt, they get tied up. Lorenzen gets tied up, and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow goes in favor of GLR. Minute 29 remaining. First half, 15-12, Okoboji. Abrahamson checks out. First time in the game is Tara Poss. for Okoboji. Grieve tries to pass it down into the lane, and it's knocked away by Wilson. Pioneers come away with it. Larson to Lorenzen into the front court to the free throw line to the near side. And that one slips through Pass's hands and out of bounds. Coach Gertis nearly receiving that pass as he was at the end of his bench, and ball coming his way. Grieve will have it. 1:10 to go. Front court. To the free throw line to Netton. Far side wing. Grieve. Up top. Motter. 3-point on the way. Good. Tie game. Kelly Motter buries it. She's got 4 in the game. Under a minute to go.
Top of the key. Great setup.
Inbound pass. And Grieve knocks it away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Okoboji Pioneers. Titterington's going to check in for Wilson. Groen checking in as well for the Mustangs. She'll come in for Grieve, who has 2 fouls. Stoll to inbound it, far side baseline. As she threw it, the ball was kicked by Netton. It'll stay with Okoboji. Inbound to Larson. Trying to get it back to Stoll. Nothing's there. She's double teamed. Finally gets it over to Stoll. Stoll puts it on the ground but loses it. But Larson's there to pick it up. She'll get it into the front court. She'll bring it all the way down the left side. And then finally she'll pick up her dribble. Kick it out to Stoll for 3. Front rim no good. Rebound Netton. Titterington almost ripped it out of her hands but couldn't do so. Netton hangs on, and there's 30 seconds to go in this first half. Tie ball game as the Mustangs into the front court. Groen with it. Guarded by Larson. Goes to her left. Titterington's going to switch. They work it out of her hands back to the far side. Netton will take it baseline, and then she gets cut off. Back out to Even. She'll give it to Groen. Straight away. 15 seconds. Mustangs looking for the last shot. Motter with it. And a foul away from the basketball in the low blocks. It's going to be called on Stoll. That's her 3rd. That'll get Robinson up off the bench. Tara Pass, who came into the game, is a 5'4" junior guard for the Pioneers. At the free throw line is Netton, and she misses the first. She'll get another one as they're in the double bonus. Trying to give George Little Rock the lead back. Second free throw is up and rims out. Groen has her hands on the rebound, and she'll kick it back out. Dribbling it right back into traffic was Gherkin. She'll kick it out. Working around Motter. Netton stuck in the corner will just force a shot up as time is going to expire. And through 30 minutes of play, we've learned nothing. We are even at 15. 15-15, Okoboji and George Little Rock.
Well, for the most part, fairly balanced game so far. One thing you could at least tip your cap to is very physical defense, very aggressive. Both of these teams getting in, just getting hands on the ball, and just taking away wherever the play was leading or any of these opportunities. And that's a big step up for Okoboji. At least they have one thing that really took them out of the Sibley cheating game was the amount of breakaways they gave up. But so far, it's not been a factor, and they're keeping it in a close game and in the hunts for that first win of the year.
Well, with only 15 points scored for both squads, I can do the math and add up and let everybody know who has got what so far in this one. I can count that high. No promises once we get to the boys' game, but it's only 15-15 here at the half, which will send us to a break, and we'll come back with your halftime show. And it's brought to you by the Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center.
Lakes News Shopper would like to wish the Okoboji Pioneers and area sports teams the best of success this season. The Lakes News Shopper appreciates all the hard work and dedication that the student athletes and coaches put into their seasons and are very proud of the Pioneers.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
Okoboji High School is proud to sponsor all Okoboji students in their activities. Okoboji High School wishes good luck to the Okoboji Pioneers as they work hard all season. Be proud to represent the Okoboji Pioneers in education and activities.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm and Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
The Hut Bar and Grill in Arnold Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the Hut in Arnold Park.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
All even at halftime, 15-15 between Okoboji and George Little Rock. I'm Tim Peterson. He's Mitch Kieran, let's get to some of these halftime stats. Well, so far, Olivia Lorenzen has led the way for the Pioneers. She has 9 points with a couple of threes in there. Montana Wilson has 3 points. Lene Abrahamson has a free throw. And Morgan Robinson has a field goal for 2 points. So that's Okoboji's got 15 for the GLR Mustangs. There's 2 points for Emerson Netton, 5 for Emily Grieve, 2 for Mackenzie Post, both a couple of free throws, 2 for Madison Eben, and 4 for Kelly Motter for 15 points. That's how we get to their 15. Free throw shooting in that first half. GLR just 3 of 9, Okoboji 3 of 5. So as teams combined, 6 of 14 so far, and hasn't been the greatest free throw, but now I look at it, oh yeah, 3 of 5 is not bad for Okoboji,
Yep.
but you can always be better.
Yeah, that's just something that'll come in time with the amount of practice you put into those free throws is what you're going to get out. But when you have this matchup, when you're facing a very similar and balanced team on either side, those are going to come back and be a big factor in this matchup. So you're going to have to take every shot you can possibly get. And, they don't call them free throws for nothing, but so far for Okoboji, like I mentioned earlier, did a great job at least applying the pressure on defense rather than succumbing to it. As we saw that from this past Tuesday for Olivia Lorenzen, that's a pretty solid first half. 9 points, a big step up from this earlier Tuesday. I believe she only put up 1 free throw for her only point of the night, so already a big turnaround in that regard. And in that guard position, she's going to be the one to really try to control the tempo of this game, so we're going to need another good half out of her.
She's played well so far, and it's been tough going inside for the Pioneers tonight. You'd think with the height advantage and everything, it would help. But that 2-3 zone has limited what they've been able to do getting the ball inside. And in those situations, that's when your guards got to step up like Lorenzen did here in this first half and make some of them outside shots.
And for that Okoboji team, with the way this program has looked in the past few years, that's going to turn heads. And that returning starter for Montana Wilson, more than holding her own last year, returning in a bit of that leadership role as that upperclassman at the junior position and that center, 6'1". That's really where you're going to try to look in and try to take away some of those early down low shots. So far for Okoboji, still try to find a way to get that ball to her, but don't force too many passes into turnovers. Whenever Montana's got a good feel for it, she'll find a way to get to the hoop and put up a good shot. But for Okoboji, just try to find a way to get back in a groove and get into some momentum and just, try to find more offensive opportunities. 15-15. They're doing a good job keeping this game close, but just got to find a way to find more success and better looks offensively.
Extend the lead a little bit and keep her going. Talked to Darby Jones the other night about Camry Jones, who played for the Pioneers, the last few years, and what she was up to with their basketball and everything, along with she's on the same team with Megan Christofferson. Well, they're not even playing right now. They've been shut down. They hope to resume their season for DMAC in the spring.
Well, that's just unfortunate, but when you look at it from the aspect, safety first for those players and personnel. We don't really know a whole lot what's going on with the ongoing pandemic, but for the players that are on the court, for the coaches that we've talked to in this preseason and early season so far, they're just happy for the opportunity to compete and to represent the schools. But, obviously got to follow these guidelines in order to see this thing out through the end. We already, still at halftime here, but we already do have a final over on Q102.
Wow.
Girls, Galen Catholic 69-15 over Harris Lake Park. So looks like Scott Nolte and JJ are going to be in for a bit of a shorter night tonight, at least with that boys game going to be getting going here pretty soon. Still halftime of girls here. And also over on KUOO, you can tune into Iowa State and Iowa for Big 12 and 10 college basketball. That tip-off should be coming up at the top of the hour, I would believe. But also be sure to stay up to date with what's happening with our broadcast schedule at exploreokoboji.com.
For the Galen Catholic squad, I'm pretty sure I heard the boys are up in the rankings too. So Harris Lake Park could have their hands full double time tonight.
Yeah, very, very good program from what I hear for Galen Catholic. So hopefully that'll be a good competition and a good matchup in the nightcap over on Q102.
It'll make my relatives, the Newbills, happy to know they are alumni of Galen Catholic. They're probably tuning in to those games.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take another short break here and come back with the start of the second half when we return. Just a reminder once again, 15-15 here at the half between Okoboji and GLR. More basketball coming up here on Y100.
Mean to be on a team. It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest, member FDIC.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
Are you paying too much for internet?
Half just about underway here in George. 15-15 duel between these two girls' teams. GLR hits the floor first. They'll get the rock and be going. Nope. They were going for the rock, and the officials said, no, it's Okoboji's basketball. So Okoboji now out there. Helmers will pick it up at midcourt on the far side, and Lorenzen's on the floor with her, along with Stoll, Robinson, and Wilson. Grieve will guard the basketball. They've switched to a man-to-man. Post gets her hand in the passing lane. As the pass was intended for Helmers, and out of bounds it goes. Eben, Netton, and Motter on the floor for the Mustangs. Lorenzen with it straight away. A new look defense here should open things up inside, you would think. We'll see what happens. Lorenzen hands it off to Helmers. Helmers loses her handle on it, but picks the basketball up and regains her dribble. Here's Stoll. Back to Helmers. Playing catch at the top of the key. Helmers, nothing there. She'll pull it back up top. Recall out the offense, and they'll reset things. Helmers guarded by Grieve. Starts to her right. Nothing there. Pass picked off. Intended for Lorenzen. Post stepped in, stole it. Lorenzen commits the foul. Well, Olivia picks up her third personal. First of the second half for Okoboji's team. Post will inbound it at midcourt to Grieve. Emily Grieve, the senior, gives it up, gets it back. Now to her left to Post. Post starts in, drops it down to Eben. Eben lays it up and in. Nice give and go. Okoboji switched defense, and Lorenzen was not big enough to guard Eben. Stands at 5'8". In the backcourt, Pioneers lose it. Wilson picks it back up, gets it to Stoll in the outlet. She'll run the floor. Gets a seal from Robinson, and Stoll will bring it all the way down the blocks and lay it up and in. Nice seal there by Robinson, keeping that defender away.
Great job by Stoll, just keeping her focused, driving her lane, staying in it, and getting her feet underneath her to deliver a clean layup to cap that off.
Another give and go. Lorenzen Eben, and Lorenzen fouls Eben. Post is getting a screen up top, and then Eben rolls to the basket, the defenders switch, and Lorenzen has to guard a much taller Eben. This time she commits the foul, which is her fourth. Puts Eben at the line. Free throw's good. Madison Eben, 5'8" senior. She now has 5 points in the game. Second free throw is also good. Mustangs free throw shooting starting off very good here in the second half. Ball comes into Stoll, back to Wilson. She gets it up the floor to Abrahamson. Abrahamson brings it down in the low corner. Has to throw it back up top to Stoll. Stoll back to Abrahamson. Left open, but instead puts it on the floor and does an entry pass into Wilson. Back out to Abrahamson. 2-3 zone now, and Helmers will take it from the far side. Wing launch and can't get it to go. Abrahamson on the near side. Pulls it back out on the rebound, shoots up a three. She can't get it to go, and finally Greaves snatches down the rebound. She's going to run the floor. Pass it over to Stoll, or pass it over to who was that? Guarded by Stoll. It was Post. Misses the jumper. Long jumper miss, rebounded by the Pioneers. Right back down the floor. Stoll into the blocks. Gets a bump by Post. No foul called. Misses the shot. Wilson gets it. She misses the shot from the low blocks. Right back the other way. Netting across the lane to Post. That's money. Post wouldn't miss that one. 21-17. Okoboji gets it into Helmers, to Wilson, to Stoll. They break the press. They got 3-on-2. They'll push it to the right side. Robinson, low blocks. Kick back out. Helmers can't get the shot to go. Rebound. Picked up by Post. Stoll going for the steal. Post loses the handle on it. Rolls toward the baseline. She just barely saves it from going out of bounds. Gets it into Eben, who will bring it up the floor. Off to Post. She'll set up the offense. To her right. Gets a reach-in foul on Robinson at the top of the arc. Boy, suddenly this pace has really picked up in this game. Robinson picks up her first personal foul. Larson into the game. And Titterington for the Pioneers. And that's Grown in the game for the Mustangs. Motter with it, guarded by Abrahamson in the low corner, and they're going to say that it's an offensive foul on Motter as she threw an elbow and she lost the handle on it, tried to regain it. And Motter picks up her second personal. Make that Helmers to Larson in the front court. Larson dribbles in and circles around back out. Gives it off to Robinson at the elbow. Gets it back. Up top, Abrahamson. Back to Larson beyond the arc on the far side. Up top again, Abrahamson. She'll take a dribble and try to pass it off. Poked away by Post. She'll steal it. Runs the floor. Guarded by Helmers. Throws one up and gets it to go. Mackenzie Post now with 4 in the second half. 6 in the game. And the lead is stretched to 6. In the backcourt, Abrahamson caught the ball. It was poked away, and she was fouled. Now that foul on Grieve. Just her third. She got 2 early ones. Has done well since, not picking up another foul.
Well, you mentioned the pace picking up a little bit, and it's George Little Rock really keeping the tempo up. And you see full court press here. They now pull out to a 6-point lead, but they're not about to take their foot off the gas pedal.
Larson down the floor quickly, gives it off to Abrahamson. She's left open from just inside the arc. She'll shoot a shot up, can't get it to go. Rebound being fought for. Helmers gets it in the lane, circles around, throws up a loop, scoop shot, and gets it to go. Believe it or not, that's Helmer's first basket of the game. 23-19 the score, 4:15 remaining, third quarter. Grieve will slow things down. Helmers comes right up on her. Forces her to pass it over to Groen on the near side, and then she'll get it back. Here's Post on the far side, beyond the arc. Long pass to Groen, gives it back to Grieve. Looks inside and finds Eben down low. Post gets a shot up, can't get it to go. Rebound ran down by the Mustangs. They'll pull it back out. Grieve right back down to the low blocks to Eben on the right side, and she traveled with it as she was about to make her move. Wilson getting ready to check back in, and she will. And she is coming in for Robinson. Wilson, Larson, Helmers, Abrahamson, and Titterington on the floor for Okoboji. Ball comes into Helmers in the back court. The press drops off. Helmers will get it into the front court and set things up. Looks to her right, no, goes to her left. Abrahamson ends up with it down the near corner. Titterington works her way in, kicks it back out. Abrahamson takes a dribble in, can't hit the jumper. Rebound, grabbed by Helmers, and they say she walked with it. There's a few players bunched up there, and Helmers kind of looked like a running back coming out of there. Short little steps, but thought maybe a foul was going to be committed. They said, no, it's a travel.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to fight for total control of that basketball, and again, got traveling. Just got a little too ahead of herself that time.
Post in the front court. The far side to the near side. Motter with the long jumper, misses everything. Helmers catches the rebound. They got three Mustangs in the backcourt. Now Helmers looks up and gets it down the floor. Abrahamson runs the baseline. Her shot is blocked. And as she caught the blocked ball, she tried to keep it in play and stepped on the line as she was trying to knock it back into play. Mustangs will take over again, leading by 4 with 3:05 remaining in the third quarter. Post into the front court, goes to her left, gets a screen. They do not switch this time. Motter ends up with it on the near side. Up top to Post. Post drives it around, takes it baseline, has her shot altered by either, I think that was Abrahamson who got a hand on it. Lene Abrahamson getting a lot of playing time here tonight. Inbound pass comes into Groen. Here's Motter with it, guarded by Abrahamson. To the right side, Post for 3. Long shot, misses everything over the top. But caught by net, and she'll kick it back out, throws it out to Motter, and that's going to be an over the back as it slipped through her hands and went into the back court. Motter ran it down. 2:39 remaining, 23-19. Pioneers trailing. Looking at this 2-3 zone again. Grieve and Post at the top of it. Helmers has the basketball over to Larson. To the right side to Abrahamson. Looks in. Nope. Back out to Larson. Pioneers got to get somebody to flash at that free throw line. Larson picks up her dribble. She was in trouble. Gives it off and gets it back. Grieve comes way out to guard her. There's Wilson at the free throw line. Back out to Helmers, who drives in left side. Gets that defense moving. Kicks it out near side. Abrahamson 3. No. Rebound. Grieve runs it down. She's got a foot race to the basket. Down the floor she goes, and Abrahamson gets back down there in time for the block. Nice hustle by Abrahamson. Stoll and Eben checking back into the game. Groen and Titterington checking out. Olivia Johnson also coming in. She'll come in for Motter. 23-19, 2:03 remaining, third quarter. Up top, Johnson, right side post. Drives baseline, throws it into Eben through her hands. Stoll picks it off. Stoll back down the floor. Pushes it. In low, blocks Wilson. She'll kick it back out. Abrahamson 3 on the way. Rims around, and no. Just won't fall for her. Rebound Mustangs quickly down the floor. Post takes it into Abrahamson. Gets her to commit the foul. She raced to take it post. And for Lene, that's her third personal. We'll thank Consumers Lumber Company, MHR Insurance, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons, along with Karsten's Financial Group for sponsoring action here for the Pioneers on Y100. The ball comes in, and it's Johnson giving way. Odens Back out to Grieve. Starts to her left. Helmers cuts her off to Netton. She'll drive in the lane, and she gets bumped. As she was taking it by way of baseline into the lane. Foul committed here by Abrahamson, and now that's her fourth. Free throw line for Netton. She gets two, misses the first. You got to be hungry for those free throws, and they're free for a reason, like you said earlier, Mitch. And my dad used to always get on me about them, and I honestly wasn't that good of a free throw shooter. But
on a close game like this, that'll come back to be a factor. But hey, nothing but net that time.
That's
so
a good rainbow drop in the bucket shot. 24-19 the score. Helmers into the front court. And a foul away from the basketball. Down low in the paint. It's on Netton. Just her first. Team third. Pioneers will inbound it right in front of the bench on the near side. Larson to throw it in. Mustangs have gone back to man-to-man. Poss with it. Poss up top. Tries to bounce it over to Helmers. Got poked away. Helmers runs it down back at midcourt. Grieve guarding her. Helmers over to Larson on the near side. Can't find anybody. Now to Stoll. 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Stoll starts right, goes left. Tries to force one into Wilson, and it goes off a player's knee and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Pioneers. Pasta inbound it. Underneath the hoop. Can't find anybody. She forces it into Stoll. Stoll comes away with it. Back up top. Long jumper from just inside the arc. Straight away by Wilson. And she drops it.
Nice mid-range jumper. You see her set up and no one in front of her. Just a free shot there.
Back down the floor. Force it into the lane. And it's picked off. Helmers comes away with it with 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. 3-point lead for the Mustangs. Stoll right down the floor. Nobody's picking her up all the way into the lane. And now she traveled with it. Netton ran in front of her, and it kind of seemed like Stoll got a little confused on what she was going to do with it.
Well, there was some contact, as you can see. She got tripped up, and she definitely did look confused. Not sure just what happened, the call, or if there was a foul. But no.
Travel.
Indeed.
Even with it. Gives it off to Johnson and rolls to the hoop. Nothing there. Gives it off to Grieve. Stoll goes for the steal, and she's going to pick up the foul instead. With 0.2 of a second remaining in the third quarter. Probably not the foul you wanted to commit there.
I'm not sure how many people had their eye on the clock as.
No, I think it would have just ran out. Mm-hmm. So that sends Grieve to the free throw line as Stoll picks up her fourth personal.
And with Grieve, I think might not have put a clean shot off on in time. Just 0.2 as you mentioned it. First trying to drive.
First free throw, no good. Second free throw rolls in. Pioneers will just inbound at Larson. Won't even have time to launch one. And that'll end the third quarter. 25-21. GLR leading Okoboji. Fourth quarter action coming up when we return here on Y100.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
GLR basketball in the lead as we get the fourth quarter started, but the clock is yet to start. 25-21 this score. They move it to Grieve on the near side. Clock still not running. In the even, back up top to Grieve. Left side to Post. Clock still not running.
Yeah, surely somebody's got to pick
there
up
it goes.
on this.
Clock finally got started there. They work it around, and Stoll knocks one out of bounds. Well, that was a good, 10 seconds or so? At least?
At least.
I was trying to say it loud enough so they could hear me down there.
You see, this is why I trust you. Not just the basketball IQ, but you're on top of everything.
Shot missed by GLR. Pioneers come away with it quickly down the floor. Lorenzen back into the game, and she gets stuffed by Eben. Eben's been winning that battle against Lorenzen the few times they've had to face each other when Lorenzen's playing defense. Now Lorenzen on offense has her shot stuffed out of bounds.
It was tied up at halftime. Not a whole lot of scoring in the third quarter, but it looks like GLR just had a lot more success
Almost
applying pressure in that third.
Sorry, Mitch. Helmer's at a straightaway three, and open look, couldn't get it to go, and then a foul is committed on the rebound by Robinson.
1-1 coming up.
17 fouls for the Pioneers, just 3 for the Mustangs sends Eben to the line. Eben 2 for 2 in the half. Now 2 for 3. She missed it, but nobody got the rebound. Grieve picks it up, flips one up, and gets it to go. Emily Grieve with the rebound put back. Nobody had a body on her. Ball comes into Lorenzen. She's stuck in the corner and finally finds a way out. Gets it across midcourt to Stoll. Brings it down the lane. Loses her grip on the basketball. And it sails out of bounds along the baseline. Turnover.
She got pressured from behind. Couldn't brace and lost the ball. Great job for George Little Rock. Starting to definitely apply a lot more pressure here on this Okoboji offense.
GLR up 6. They'll work the clock a little bit here. They work their perimeter. Grieve dribbles into the free throw line, throws it back out. Here's Post left open for the wing. Her shot's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Grieve. Stepped in front of Lorenzen and took it away. Skip pass over the near side to Post. Works it into Eben. Gets it back. Shuffled her feet, and they catch it. Post called for the travel. 27-21, 6:54 to go in the ball game. Full court pressure being applied. Wilson to inbound it with Netton in her face. Gets it into Lorenzen along the baseline. Nearly lost it. Now she's stuck, and Coach Adams is going to take a timeout just to hold on to the basketball. 27-21. Pioneers trailing. We'll thank Spirit Lake, Hy-Vee, Okoboji Schools, and the Hut Bar and Grill for sponsoring parts of tonight's action here on Y100. We'll take a 30-second break and get back to the action right here on Y100.
Mean to be on a team. It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest. Member FDIC.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
Oh, yeah. 27-21 your score. This is why I'm not at karaoke night right now.
Are you kidding me?
Actually, you can't do karaoke right now anyway.
Well, they're missing out.
Yeah. You can actually. You have to wear a mask, and you have to have the mics constantly sanitized.
Of course.
Okoboji, trailing by 6, has the basketball in their backcourt and looks into this full court press. Robinson in the game gets it across midcourt to Helmers. Mustangs do a good job getting back, but they leave Lorenzen wide open, but she decides not to shoot it. Instead, they cycle it down low to Robinson. Her shot was partially blocked, but a foul is called in the low blocks. That should be uneven, and it is, and that's her second. So that'll put Robinson at the free throw line. Her free throw is good.
And for Okoboji, maybe try to get to the line a little bit more. As you see on that entry pass, Robinson at least put up a shot, got fouled, and at least more opportunities to put points on the board.
Free throw on the back end is missed. Grieve grabs the rebound. Gets it down the floor and hands it off to Post. Guarded by Helmers. Starts right, goes left with it, then gets it right back. She'll go right with it this time. Gets it to the free throw line elbow. Throws it to the far side corner to Grieve, who adjusts the basketball. Shoots up the three and drills it. Emily Grieve with her second three of the game. Pioneers to inbound at Lorenzen. 30-22. GLR with their biggest lead. Stoll gets it across midcourt. Throws it down to Wilson across the lane. And Wilson is fouled as she goes up for the basket. Missed the shot, but she'll get two. Montana 1 for 2 from the free throw line here so far tonight. Free throws up and good.
And for Okoboji, past 2 possessions. Again, those entry passes, you got to know by now George Little Rock, they're going to be in tight and physical underneath, going for the ball. So if you get an opening, at least put up a shot and draw that foul, slow the game down. And right now, Montana Wilson, a big possession right there, making both those free throws.
Pioneers needed some points there. Now a full court pressure being applied. It's knocked away by Robinson, and then Eben was the last one to touch it. Out of bounds, it'll go with Okoboji.
Well, here we go. Turn the tide.
Yeah, the officials are going to talk about it now. The one said, "Did you really see it that well?" And the other guy says, "Yes, I did." Okay, then it's Okoboji's basketball, and I'll give it to him in front of the bench. Ella Stoll to inbound it. Gets one into Lorenzen. Gives it back to Stoll. Now entry pass down low to Wilson. She's triple teamed. She'll kick it back out to Stoll. Left alone momentarily. She'll shoot up a three. Can't get it to go. Grieve with the rebound. Pushes it up to post. Cross midcourt. Brings it down into the low blocks and throws it back out to Grieve. They'll reset. Post. Pulls it out from right to left. Here's Netton on the far side wing and back to post. Screen is set. They don't switch, so Post is going to take it into the bigs, and Montana stands there and says, nah, stuffs it in her face. But it goes off Okoboji. It'll stay with the Mustangs. Ball comes in. Mustangs work it up top to the far side corner to Post. Back up to Grieve and Post. From the wing. Looking for a screen, doesn't get one, so she'll give it off. Motter to Netton. She'll bring it to the free throw line, then back out to Grieve. She'll pull it out. Taking some time off the clock are the Mustangs. 5:06 remains. Now they give and go, and they pass it back to Eben, and it goes off her fingertips out of bounds. Turnover on GLR with 5:04 remaining in the game. 6-point lead for George Little Rock.
Every possession here counts for Okoboji. Still a close game. It's been a grind thus far, but got to find a way now to capitalize and can't afford too many more mistakes like that. Abrahamson caught traveling.
Got the inbound pass, got it up mid-court. Was going to pass it, decided against it, but didn't stop her feet. Post will inbound it, gets it in. They work a baseline. Netton starts to drive in the low blocks, and then she'll kick it out. Motter for three. Yes. Kelly Motter knocks down her second three of the game, gives her 7 points in the game. And the Pioneers inbound it and end up throwing it away. Another turnover in the backcourt, and the pressure is getting to them. The lead is 9 for George Little Rock, 4:45 remaining.
I think you said it, pressure's getting to them, and the Mustangs are starting to heat up, shooting the basketball. Already 2 clutch three-pointers to help get them a little more separation.
Eben with it beyond the arc. Post, drives right. Throw it to the far side, baseline corner, shot up, no good, missed everything. Abrahamson pulls down the rebound. She'll give it off to Lorenzen, who's playing with 4. 4 personal. She's going to drive right down the lane, shovel it off to Wilson, and there's a good play by Lorenzen to Wilson for 2. Oh, we haven't seen something like that this whole time by the Pioneers. Driving and dishing, and a perfect play there by Lorenzen makes the score 33-26. 4:17 remains in the ballgame. We'll be back on Y100.
I didn't know what I wanted to do.
I have big dreams for the future. And Iowa Lakes gave me the perfect start.
I'm busy, but Iowa Lakes fits.
Some days are way harder than others. But every day,
I'm having fun. I'm learning.
I'm building lifelong friendships.
And I'm gaining experience.
Your future?
Your future.
Your future starts at Iowa Lakes.
News Shopper would like.
33-26 the score. Okoboji trailing. George Little Rock, Tim Peterson, Mitch Kieran here. We got the boys game coming up next year on Y100 between these two schools. They also have Galen Catholic at Harris Lake Park on Q102. And coming up shortly on KUO will be the Iowa versus Iowa game. Iowa State and Iowa. That's all Iowa.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of either?
Hawks, big time. I unfortunately feel I've tried, just haven't caught myself rooting for the Cyclones much.
Inbound pass comes in, and good defense by the Pioneers, setting up, and God, I think that was either Netton or Grieve to travel with it. So the Okoboji's the Pioneers force a turnover. Lorenzen has it in the front court. Drives to her right, cuts down the lane, got it poked away. She lost it. Grieve picks it up. Up to Netton at midcourt. Hands it off to Post, who will set things up. Helmer's putting on pressure on the ball, but the ball goes over to Grieve. Lorenzen can't put much pressure on. Ball goes back to Post. Drives to her left with it. To Grieve, to Even. Here's Motter. Throws it into Even. Spins around, throws a shot up, gets fouled, and one. Madison Even with a nice move in the low post, and every time she, maybe blocks a shot or does something like, look at, you see the smile she gets on her face? That foul on Titterington. I didn't think not Titterington. She's not in the game. Helmers, her fourth.
Well, you mentioned the smile on the face. You got to be happy when you make a nice play like that. On the other end of the court, Helmers just misses.
Well, the free throw by Even was missed, and then they quickly pushed the pace. Helmers missed it, and a jump ball is called. It'll stay with Okoboji.
So far, both these teams in this fourth quarter making some really nice plays. Unfortunately for Okoboji, right after they move the ball and convert with a score, George Little Rock, they just continue to shoot the ball well in this fourth.
That's been the difference. Larson to Lorenzen, posting up big time as Wilson, and she gets fed. And she makes it. I'm hungry. I want to get fed. Grieve with it. No concessions.
Yeah.
Gives it off to Motter into the front court.
The rock.
No. No, that's what a pheasant would enjoy, I'm sure. To the corner, far corner. Motter back up top, Netton. She'll drive in and then give it off to Post, who shoots it from the wing, but they say nope. She shuffled her feet.
Yep.
Post looked softly confused on that one. I didn't really see a shuffle.
Yeah, it looked like she stepped back to try to throw up that three, and the refs have been on top of those travel calls tonight, so that'll be fortunate for Okoboji. Just getting the inbound into Helmers.
Helmers with a 3-on-2. Gives it to Larson on the baseline. Nope. Mustangs get back in time, but it leaves Lorenzen open for three from the near side straight away. Missed the shot, and a jump ball is called on the rebound. That's going to go back to GLR. Stoll to check back in. Helmers, Larson, Lorenzen, Stoll, Robinson. Well, they were on the floor, but now everybody leaves the floor as the timeout is called. 35-28 the score. George Little Rock with the lead. More basketball coming up on Y100.
Lakes News Shopper would like to wish the Okoboji Pioneers and area sports teams the best of success this season. The Lakes News Shopper appreciates all the hard work and dedication that the student athletes and coaches put into their seasons and are very proud of the Pioneers.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
Pioneers trying to get back in this one under 3 minutes to go, 2:52 to be exact. And Mitch, you're a Pioneer. You're on the court. What do they need to do to get 7 points in less than 3 minutes to tie this game?
Well, so far for offense, they've been starting to put the pieces together a little bit, but for George Little Rock, right now they got to find a way to slow them down shooting the basketball, and that's easier said than done. The Mustangs haven't changed up much. It was just a matter of time before some of those shots started falling. But for Okoboji, maybe try to get a little momentum. Try to go for that basketball when you're on defense. You don't have a whole lot of time. You're going to need a lot of big plays to happen here.
Next team foul will put the Mustangs in a double bonus, too. Ball comes into post, guarded by Larson. They get it up, break the press, and into the front court. Motter with it. She'll slow things down. Up top to Grieve. Grieve gets a screen, goes right. Looks for Eben on the roll, nothing there. Robinson came right up, was playing close defense. He said she gave her too much of a bump, and Robinson will be called for her third personal.
Well, already a good look coming out of that drive. Full court press. Okoboji going right to that basketball. Robinson just maybe getting the body contact. See the hands up, but fortunately, third personal foul, and with the bonus, 1-and-1 opportunity here.
It should have been the double bonus, but they checked and said no. Yep. So just 1-and-1. Free throws missed, rebounded by the Mustangs. Yep. They'll work it back out to Grieve. Working the perimeter, taking their time. Post, sees a lane, drives it, hits it. Wow. All the way to the rack goes Post. She's got 6.5 of 8 in the game.
Great play. She just cut right by the defender, went straight to the hoop. Wouldn't be stopped.
2:12 to go in the game. Pioneers trailing by 9 again. Stoll with it, back out up top. Steps to the free throw line and gives it off to Helmers, near side wing. Helmers starts with it to her right under 2 minutes to go. Tries to force one over to Larson, and it goes off a Post leg. They don't say kick. Post picks it up in the front court for the Mustangs. They give it off to Groen, who can't hit the little shot. Oh, she fouled. She took a... So let's catch up here. So Groen missed shot. Pioneers got the rebound, came down the floor. Post was in the low blocks, tried to cut off Helmers, and it looked like she was falling before she even got touched, and the refs picked up on that right away and said, we're going to call Post for the foul. That filled it in pretty accurately, didn't it?
Absolutely. That's about what happened, and Noah Stoll getting an important rebound. We've already shaved off a minute from where we were after that timeout, and it's still the Mustangs out in front by 9. Pioneers need a big shot, and crucial boards here.
Abrahamson can get 3 back here. No. Missed it from the far side. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Netton gets it up the post, who has 4 fouls now. I don't know if that'll play much of a factor here. Grieve with it on the far side. Goes into Eben, across the lane to Netton. Down low, blocks, throws it up and gets it to go. Emerson Netton with the hoop. And it's an 11-point lead. Wilson with it up top. Gives it off to Lorenzen. To Larson. Back to Lorenzen. Puts it on the ground. Abrahamson tries to throw it back up top. Picked off Post. She's going to go coast to coast. Lay it in left hand. And we're under a minute to go. All things falling apart here for the Pioneers. 13-point deficit. Lorenzen to Abrahamson. Into Helmers at the free throw line. She'll force a scoop shot up. Can't get it to go. Wilson grabs the rebound. She's fouled as she puts up the rebound. A lot of missed shots here tonight for the Pioneers. Just can't find it. Can't get it to go.
Well, I think they did a good job cutting down on the turnovers tonight, but this lack of experience, at least on the court for the full 4 full quarters for this starting lineup. It's just a matter of these games. It's going to come in time, just being in situations like this and just waiting for the ball to fall in your favor. Now, they played tough, but George Little Rock playing just a little bit tougher here in crunch time and forcing some mistakes. But for Okoboji, he's got to find a way to execute on some of these plays.
Second free throw is good by Wilson. 1 for 2 from the line on that trip. Ball's poked away by the Pioneers on the entry pass on this full court press. 41-29, 37 seconds remaining. GLR gets it in. Trapped on the near sideline is Netton. And a timeout is taken from the bench. And Coach Reed Gertis will take a 30-second timeout. 41-29 the score. Mustangs leading. Thank you, United Community Bank. Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, among others, for sponsoring high school basketball here on Y100. I'd also like to thank Palo Alto County Health System.
Yep, sponsoring this timeout.
Game coming down to the end. Pioneers looking like they're going to drop their 5th straight to start the season. GLR's basketball right in front of the Pioneer bench. Grieve will throw it into post. She'll get into the front court. Pass on her. Up top, Grieve has it. Over to post again with 25 seconds to go. She'll drive baseline, throw it up off the glass. Misses the shot, but a foul is called. Foul on Wilson. Believe it or not, that's Wilson's first personal. Mackenzie posts her free throws up and good. She's done a nice job from the free throw line so far tonight. 3 for 4. Now she has the lead for her team in points with 12 as she hits them both. 20 seconds to go. Lorenzen into the front court to Poss. She'll dribble into the lane. Her shot is rejected by Motter. Post takes it down into the front court with 10 seconds to go. They're just going to hold on to it, slow it down even, gives it off to Grieve, and they're going to let the clock run out. Pioneers will not foul, and they're going to lose this one by 14 points. Final score, 43-29, as GLR picks up their 2nd win of the season to improve to 2-2. Okoboji Pioneers girls fall to 0-5.
Yeah, just a really tough break for the Okoboji girls team as they were right there with it. You can tell this is a balanced game, halftime tied up, and second half, George Little Rock started getting things rolling in their favor a little bit, got their feet underneath them and making some really nice plays offensively. Okoboji struggling to find a way to stop them at times, but for Okoboji, we saw some good things, but you're just going to have to learn from some of these games on how to play in gut check time when it goes down to close in the final quarter, and overall, I think just the toughness of George Little Rock prevailed.
I'll break it a little more down here in a little bit as we get to our post game, and it's brought to you by the Eye Care Center of Spirit Lake. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames in the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
News Shopper would like to wish the Okoboji Pioneers and area sports teams the best of success this season. The Lakes News Shopper appreciates all the hard work and dedication that the student athletes and coaches put into their seasons and are very proud of the Pioneers.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
Northwest Iowa bone, joint, and sports surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIAbone.com.
Okoboji High School is proud to sponsor all Okoboji students in their activities. Okoboji High School wishes good luck to the Okoboji Pioneers as they work hard all season. Be proud to represent the Okoboji Pioneers in education and activities.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm in Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
The Hut Bar and Grill in Arnold Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the Hut in Arnold Park.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
They fall 43-29 as we get into our post-game show. And final stats and numbers. Emerson Netton for the GLR Mustangs had 5 points in the game. Emily Grieve ends up with 11. Mackenzie Post with 12, and 10 of them coming in the second half. Madison Eben ends up with 8, and Kelly Motter with 7. For the Okoboji Pioneers, Olivia Lorenzen had 9, Ella Stoll with 2, Montana Wilson with 12, and 9 of those coming in the second half. 1 for Lene Abrahamson, 2 for McKenna Helmers, and 3 for Morgan Robinson. Well, the Pioneers and the Mustangs were tied at 15 at half, but in that second half, Mitch, GLR puts up 28, Pioneers just 14, and that's a tale of two halves, if you will.
I think that's ultimately what it can be simplified down to, Tim. As you saw in first half, just such back and forth. Both defenses finding ways to put a lot of pressure, not allowing great offensive looks on either side. But for Okoboji, that second half, we saw some good things, just couldn't get the ball to fall. They just couldn't capitalize, finish off plays. I think they were out-rebounded in crucial situations, and George Little Rock, they just found ways. They just found ways to score, and just at that much higher of a rate than Okoboji, and the game just got away from them. And again, a young team stepping into some new roles. They had big shoes to fill heading into this year, but I would like to think eventually, one of these times, the more close games that they're in, they're going to find ways to close them out and find ways to just play a little bit tougher and, have the game fall in their favor.
Just quickly trying to add up a couple more things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The GLR Mustangs were 3 for 9 in the first half from the free throw line. Second half, I had them 6 for 11, so they ended up 9 for 20 in the game. Not great, but they improved a little bit in the second half shooting. Not much. Okoboji ends up 7 for 11, and that's just under 70%. Not too bad on free throw shooting. I think Coach Adams could live with that percentage for the team.
Yeah, for the most part, pretty solid at the free throw line, but also you look at the difference at the amount of free throws taken, and yes. Okoboji in the bonus, perhaps even the double bonus for both of those halves. Again, a physical contest. It was pretty back and forth, well balanced, and for Okoboji, I think a little bit of experience and the difference of that kind of showed, and George Little Rock just finding ways in those clutch situations just to prevail. Again, for Okoboji, just to live to fight another day, learn from this one, and still try to come back next week, try to pick up that first victory.
Well, should we flip the script on this one and close the books on the girls?
Yep, this is going to be another one. You just take what you can, learn, burn the film, and move on. But we still got more basketball coming our way tonight in the nightcap. 2-1 Okoboji versus 0-3 George Little Rock. So for the Mustangs, now they're looking for their first win, and for the Pioneers, they're looking pretty solid on that upper half of the Siouxland Conference, and I think we're in for a fun game.
It should be fun. I think it's always fun when you can see Lucas Lorenzen play, the big guy for big star, I guess you could say, for the Okoboji Pioneers. I mentioned earlier, averaging over 30 points a game and double digits in rebounds, so averaging a double-double in his stats, and we got to see him for a little bit now, and he's fun to watch.
Without a doubt, Lucas Lorenzen leading the conference, and a competitive conference at that, in the Siouxland, and scoring just a year ago, and he is well on his way to doing it again. And stepping in for Jamison Helmers, graduating from last year. You got both the Wills, and they have actually been playing very well in their parts. You got Jensen and Hoffman, also got Jaden Heller on the defensive side. Also credit Vaughn up there too, but for Okoboji, they're looking pretty sharp so far. Most of these games, actually all three of them they've been in so far have been close, but for the latter half, you got to call one that was just a point away from a perfect 3-0 start, but I think they're feeling pretty good after Tuesday, really controlling the pace of that game, and tonight I think they're looking to get a little separation out of the gates.
It seems possible. Looking at stats and numbers on paper, we'll see if it is completed, but not yet. First, we're going to get into our pregame and our pregame interviews. The pregame is brought to you by Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lakes, online at lakeshealth.org.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
Welcome into the pregame show tonight, brought to you by Lakes Regional Healthcare on Y100. And once again, we're joined by Ryan Stumbo, boys basketball coach of the Okoboji Pioneers. Coach, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you guys for having me.
Well, Coach, you picked up your second win on the year Tuesday night over Sibley Ocheyedan, 66-56. Surprisingly, you held the lead that entire game. Take us through that victory from your perspective.
Yeah, we were really, proud of that. I thought it was a really gritty fight by our guys, and we preached this week and really for the whole year how important it's going to be to stay disciplined and try to commit ourselves to good habits. And we were really proud of the boys because every time that Sibley went to kind of make a push, we were able to kind of anchor ourselves in some of those things and withstand that. And we're fortunate to maintain a lead from start to finish that oftentimes is kind of rare in the game of basketball, but was really, really proud of our effort. And, we had a group that stepped up really well in different ways. And we got out to a really good start and just kind of found ways to gut out some toughness the rest of the way. So proud of the guys, and we'll try to build on that for tonight.
Yeah, without a doubt, the team looked very solid out of the gates, and a big contributor to that win, of course, was Lucas Lorenzen. And so far this year, he's been averaging about 33 points a game. So just tell us about how he's been on the court this year.
Yeah, Lucas is, such a skilled and strong and athletic player. He has meant a lot to us so far this year, and he has done an incredible job finding ways to make plays and get himself in position to really put pressure on the other team's defense. So, he's definitely a special player and has really showcased a lot of really nice things that he's done these first three games. He's so well-rounded. Offensively, he shoots it well, he drives well, he finishes well, he gets to the line. He's done a nice job of seeing his teammates as well. So he's just kind of been a force, and we'll need him to continue to play at a really high level, throughout this week and the rest of the year. But very strong start for him, and we're very proud of how hard he's been working out on the floor.
And so far around the rest of the team, too, we've seen a lot of other players do all the little things right, too. So coming into tonight's game, 2-1 overall, and Friday night you're back on the road at George Little Rock. Tell us what the game plan is for the Mustangs.
Yeah, every game in our conference is a competitive one, and one you have to prepare for and bring your best game for. There really are no deviances away from that, or you find yourself in trouble. And we know George is going to come out ready to compete, and we're going to have to bring our best game and stay focused. But, one thing we've been preaching to the guys all week is we have to stay disciplined, and we have to build these habits that we want to maintain throughout the year and do these little things right and get to the point where we can do those little things, some of those toughness things, consistently. And if we can keep building in that direction and do those things, we're really hoping that we can continue to be competitive and have some great games. So we'll have to do those things tonight, and we're looking forward to another good battle.
Without a doubt, every game up to this point has been a great game from start to finish, and we're hoping for another good contest Friday night between Okoboji and George Little Rock. We've been talking with Pioneers boys basketball coach Ryan Stumbo. Coach, once again, thank you for your time, and best of luck in the matchup.
Thank you.
Are you paying too much for internet service? It's time to cut the wires, cut the charges. IGL Teleconnect is your local internet provider. No contracts, no hidden fees, no equipment rental, and no confusing packages for just $40 a month. IGL Teleconnect, we put you first.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Back here on the pregame show, brought to you by Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake. And now on Y100, we're talking with Brian Lundberger, boys basketball coach for the George Little Rock Mustangs. Coach, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Coach, so far a tough 0-3 start to the new season. What are some of your early takeaways after the first 3 games?
Yeah, we've graduated a good amount of good basketball players the last couple of years, and we're just trying to. We got a lot of new guys and some new spots, and a lot of guys that didn't have a lot of playing experience that we're breaking in. We have quite a few underclassmen that are giving us some quality minutes, so we're kind of a team that's kind of a team, a work in progress, and we kind of figured that. But yeah, so far we've had a couple struggles here and there, but we're getting better and better each game out. And the main thing is we got to keep playing, so we're happy about that right now. But yeah, we're just a pretty young team right now that's trying to find our way, and we kind of got off to a little late start right there because our football team advanced to state championship, so we started practice about a week later and stuff. So all that type of stuff comes into play and stuff, and we're playing in a tough Siouxland conference. But yeah, we're just improving each game right there, and we're breaking a lot of new guys. So.
Yeah, that's not such a bad thing when the football team goes all the way to the state championship game, but it's always going to be tough losing your top 2 scorers from last year. What are some adjustments you've been trying to make with this year's team, and who in your eyes has been stepping up?
We've kind of changed the style of play last year. We were pretty focused around Peyton Molden, Matt Haken, and our best bet was to make it a half-court game and kind of slow it down. This year we're playing about 10, 11 guys a night. We're trying to push the pace a little bit, trying to play fast. So we've had to adjust to that, to a different style of play too, and without any summer work really and stuff like that, we're just really trying to find some stuff out. And there's times we might have 5 freshmen out on the floor, and in the Siouxland Conference, that's kind of not a good thing you want to have, but it's kind of where we're at right now with our program and stuff. But we got some hard workers. Our kids are working hard and stuff, so we're just trying to be the best we can each day and go from there.
Well, sounds good, Coach, and you're back home Friday night against Okoboji. Always seems to be good competition with you guys, even dating back to last year. But what is your game plan for the Pioneers Friday night?
Well, yeah, they probably have the best overall player in the Siouxland Conference, so he's something that we're definitely going to have our attention on. I think he's averaging north of 30 points a game this year so far from what I've seen, and I think he had 35 the other night. Just a tough matchup, inside, outside, just anything, just a phenomenal player. But I've really been impressed with Okoboji's supporting cast, the 2 Wills and stuff. They've been able to knock down some shots, and Jaden Heller, he looks like he's a pretty good defender and stuff. So we're going to have our hands full. And Coach Stumble does a great job. He's done a great job ever since he took over the program, and he just does a fantastic job. So we're going to have our work cut out for us.
All right, well, we're looking forward to a good game Friday night between Okoboji and George Little Rock. We've been talking with boys basketball coach of the George Little Rock Mustangs, Brian Lundberger. Coach, thank you very much for your time. Best of luck in tonight's matchup.
All right, thanks for having me.
Starting lineups and tip-off to the nightcap for tonight's boys matchup between the Okoboji Pioneers and the George Little Rock Mustangs are coming up next on Y100.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheeden, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
Time to get the boys' game underway. And right on cue.
Yeah.
I got buzzed.
You got a really good feel for the timing tonight.
Well, you can take it that way, or my guess was wrong, and I got the buzz X. I'm gonna go. We'll go with the timing. I like that better.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
Well, Ryan Stumbo and his Boji boys come in this game with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss, and their starting lineup looks like this. It's going to be senior 5'11" Will Hoffman, the junior 6'4" Lucas Lorenzen, senior 6'1" Will Jensen, 6 foot senior Jaden Heller, and the birthday boy, senior 6'3" Justin Vaughn. That's your starting lineup for the Okoboji Pioneers. We got another birthday to talk about later, Mitch. I'm not forgetting here. The GLR Mustangs coming with a record of 0-3, and we heard from Coach Leuenberger, and his starting lineup looks like this. It's going to be 5'10" senior Will Hamilton, 5'10" senior Ben Anderson, 5'10" Taylor Putnam, a senior, Caleb DeWitt, a 5'11" senior, and Max Groos, a 6'2" junior. That is your starting lineups for this game tonight. And Mitch had a special announcement he wanted to mention earlier. He's held off till now. And you are a happy uncle.
Yeah, it's you brought up happy birthdays. I didn't want to steal anybody's thunder, but got a nephew born fresh about, I want to say, just under 3 hours ago. Young Maddox Kieran, born 8 pounds 4 ounces. I just couldn't be happier for my big brother and sister-in-law.
Welcome to the world, you little man.
I'm trying really hard not to be distracted, but it's tough.
Jump ball between Lorenzen and Groos gets tipped out of bounds. We'll see if they re-jump it or they determine who got it. They said Lorenzen was the stronger on the jump ball there.
Slapped it clear out of bounds.
So here we go. Start right to left in the white with the red are the Mustangs. They have the basketball and going against a man-to-man defense, working it around. DeWitt looks in, gives it off. Putnam with it. He shovels it over to Anderson. He starts in, kicks it back out. Head fake made by DeWitt. Hands it off to Hamilton. Boy, everybody gets a touch here. Swinging it around. DeWitt gives it back to Hamilton. Up top straight away. They have not worked the ball in at all, but they have made the defense work. Pioneers looking sharp with their, well, I don't know if they had them last game, but their new shoes they're all wearing. Lob pass goes in, and it's poked away.
Ooh.
And caught on the baseline by Will Hoffman. They say his toe was on the line. Those shoes, you remember them from last game, Mitch?
I can't say I do, but they also got the nice gray unis on tonight. They were on the Maroons a couple nights ago, but
their shoes are half and half white on one side and maroon on the other.
Yeah, Okoboji sports teams have had a very good feel for the fit for the uniform. So I'm digging tonight's look.
Inbound pass goes into Groos, who hands it right back off to the inbounder, and Anderson, who was still on the line. He hadn't established himself yet. Now a little full court pressure being applied, 3/4 court. And it'll be Jensen breaking it down. Lob pass into Hoffman, who can't get it to go, but Pioneers get the rebound back. Drive and kick. Hoffman shuffled his feet as he took off with it. 0-0 the score, just about a minute already played here in this first quarter between the boys. Anderson will inbound it. They'll throw it into Putnam. Over the near side to Hamilton. Trying to get up the court against some pressure by the Pioneers. They do. Into the corner. Near side. Baseline 3 on the way. It's good. Caleb DeWitt gets the Mustangs on the board. 3-0. Back down the floor. Jensen brings it all the way in. Nobody picks him up. He lays it up and in. 3-2 the score.
Had a lot of momentum driving that lane. Just lays up a nice floater. Great feel for Jensen.
Hoffman goes for a steal in the backcourt. Gets caught for a reach-in foul. His game's first foul. Anderson gives it off to inbound it and gets it right back. He'll bring it into the front court. On the far side of the court. Gives it off to Hamilton. Here's DeWitt. Driving to his right. And a foul away from the play. It's a moving screen called on Anderson. Mustangs have their first team foul. Pioneers get it in. Hoffman in the backcourt. Long pass all the way up to Lorenzen. He's going to drive in, take it right to the racket, bump, and get the hoop in one for Lucas Lorenzen. You can only hope to contain him.
Yeah, just such a talented, well-gifted player. Got size and obviously the athletic ability.
3-point play is complete as Lucas nails it. I did not see who that foul was called on. I'm thinking it was Gruss. They never put it up on the board. Anderson has one, and I'm not sure who the other one is. Mustangs get the ball down the floor. Here's Anderson with it on the far wing. Shot goes up. I think his foot was on the line. Missed it. Rebounded. Jensen to Lorenzen at midcourt, and Anderson bumps him. That's Anderson's second personal. He'll come out of the game, and my favorite thing, 5 new players coming into the game for GLR. Just when I started to get to know some of the players.
Got another thing coming.
Mason Post is in. That's going to give me a bad case of the struggles here. Drew Danakis, a freshman. Now the Pioneers have the ball. They'll go high-low. Vaughn down to Lorenzen, and the ball's knocked out of his hands.
Well, Coach Lundberger obviously needing to get something going with his starting 5. How about that? Mass substitution just 2 minutes into this one.
Let's see, it's Noah Tahark picking up the foul. Jensen to Heller. Now back to Jensen. He shuffled his feet. Whole lot of shuffling going on here tonight. Mason Post to inbound it. Isaiah Johnson on the floor for the Mustangs. Up top with it, driving to the free throw line and looking to dish off is Johnson. He does so. Mao with it up top. They'll reset their offense. Johnson gives it off to Tahark. Lobs it baseline. Off the glass goes Danakis. Got it in that low block and is able to put it in. 5-5 the score. 5:15 to go. Lorenzen takes it down the floor, takes it baseline, and then passes it back out. Heller will start in. He'll bring it down low in the blocks. He'll have his shot partially blocked, but he's fouled on the play. A foul coming on number 25. Colin Mao, his first. Heller will be at the line to shoot a pair. Hits the back rim, no good. Just a 5-5 score. 5:08 remaining, first quarter. Second shot is good. Down the floor comes Johnson. Guarded by Hoffman. Gives it off to his right. To Post. Post will drive in. Gets it low blocks. Throws one up. Can't get it to go. Jensen with the rebound. Jensen brings it down the floor. Gives it out to Lorenzen at top of the key. Fakes his defender out of his shoes. In fact, got him on his backside. Missed the shot, though. Vaughn got the rebound. He couldn't put it in. And the Mustangs come away with it. They outlet it. Rush down the floor to Hark. Takes it all the way baseline. Drops it in the middle of the lane right to his teammate. A beautiful pass. And Danakis scores it. He's got 4 just coming into the game. 7-6 Mustangs lead. Lorenzen right back down the floor. He takes it up the right side. He can't get the short shot to go, but Jensen gets a tip on it, and that goes in. 8-7 Pioneers lead. Post brings it up the floor, and he'll give it off. Danakis. Now to Hark, way up top. Working beyond the arc here. Far side, Johnson. Step back. No, he won't shoot it. Hands it off. Danakis, swing it near side to Hark. Fakes right, goes back to his left. Defense picks up a lob down low. Danakis gets it and scores it right underneath the hoop. He's got 6. They've been feeding him nicely tonight.
Yeah, they're moving the ball very nicely in his direction.
Lorenzen pushes the ball down the floor. Now he'll slow things up and set it up. Man-to-man defense as he looks at Tahark. He's going to take Tahark to his right, who's going to give him a bump. A foul is called. Noah Tahark. Noah's a 5'11" freshman, and starting 5, I believe, back into the game for the Mustangs. Lob pass inbounded. Pioneers get it. They'll work the perimeter one way, and then a lob down low. It was Heller finding Lorenzen coming down the opposite baseline, and he lays it up and in on the alley-oop layup. Putnam back the other way, floater in the lane, gets it to go. Putnam right down the lane. Pioneers break the press. They'll work down the floor. Jensen catches it. Caught it at a bad spot, spun around. He was bumped on the baseline going in. So a foul is called. This one on Drew Danakis.
Well, they moved the ball beautifully on that jump ball, as you see, towards Lorenzen. That time he just turns around, whips a tight pass to Jensen. Tough opportunity, but luckily he got tagged on it too, so he can get some of these points back.
Free throw good. A few of those players, I should say, for the Mustangs, like Danakis, who came and got 6 right away, just a freshman. Got some nice, easy looks, though. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, pulled down by Lorenzen. He's going to take it right back up, partially blocked, and a foul called. This one on Gross, who just re-entered the game. Or make that Gross. 11-11 your score.
Lorenzen might have been going for a dunk that time, and you could see him just held down.
Rokas is good. 2 for 2 from the free throw line now. Post checks in for Gross.
I believe he shot pretty well from the free throw line on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Next free throw is also good. Pioneers lead.
Did put up 36 points, so Lorenzen's still looking for another big night. Timeout taken.
8 from the free throw line the other night. 13-11 the score with 3:16 to go. I didn't see how long this timeout was, but we'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more basketball on Y100.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm and Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
The Hut Bar and Grill in Arnold's Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the Hut in Arnold's Park.
13-11 Pioneers lead. Mustangs basketball. They get a jumper from just beyond the free throw line by Caleb DeWitt, and he hits. We're all tied at 13. Full court pressure. Pioneers break it. Lorenzen in the front court. He'll run a floater up, can't get it to go. Vaughn knocks the ball back into play as he was going out, but he stepped on the line. 13 all. 2:51 to go in the first quarter. DeWitt inbounds it to Putnam, who brings it up the floor. Putnam, a junior, into the front court. Gets Lorenzen to foul him. Did a little quick crossover there. Lucas picks up his first. Backcourt pass into Putnam. He'll bring it back into the front court for the Mustangs. Hand it off there to Hamilton. Passes it off. Post has it at the elbow. Now Putnam, and a long three-pointer from almost straight away by Putnam gives the Mustangs the lead. Right down the floor. Spin move, down low, blocks. Lorenzen, basket, no. Travel, they call. I thought we were going to get a pretty end one. Instead, it's going the other way.
Tough break.
Putnam will walk the ball up the floor. 2:15 to go, first quarter. Gives it off to Hart. Swinging around, post, near side. Putnam fakes right, goes left, and they're going to call a touch foul on Lorenzen. His second. Lorenzen didn't do much on that one, in my opinion. Now they inbound it right in front of the Boji bench. DeWitt gets it into post. To the corner to Putnam on the near side still. He'll bring it up top. Lorenzen defending. Hands it off to Hamilton. Hamilton calls out a play. Swinging around near side. Austin Harms in the game. Putnam with another 3, and that one's good. Putnam with 8 points so far in this one. Jensen will bring the ball up the floor, rushing it right down the lane, and he lost his footing as he got in, but they said nope, he was fouled. Well, that would look like it might have hurt Jensen a little bit.
Well, it came to a crashing halt that time. And
screeching.
Yeah.
Got bailed out by Caleb DeWitt committing a foul, so that'll send Jensen to the line.
Yeah, no kidding. I got to second that, too. It almost looked like it was a bit of a travel, just got a little ahead of himself, but yeah, indeed, the contact could help with that.
Austin Harms, the 5'11 junior, on the floor, along with Heller and Jensen and Lorenzen and Vaughn. Mustangs pass it in and quickly launch one down the floor after the free throw was good. End up throwing it out of bounds. Okoboji with it. Working it up in the backcourt. Long pass to the right side, running in. Harms lays it up and in. A great feed by Jensen to Harms. What a look. A half-court pass.
They were making some really nice passes here to start off the game, and that one was a pretty one. Hit him in stride. Harms takes it the rest of the way for 2.
Hamilton guarded by Harms, and Harms all but reached into his license or his wallet and grabbed his license. He was right up on him, and they end up calling him for a foul. Harms picks up his first. Danakis back into the game for the Mustangs. They'll enter it in backcourt. From there, Putnam will walk it into the front court. 19-17, a minute to go. Faking left, going right with it now is Johnson. Shot goes up from about the free throw line. It's good.
Taking some very nice shots this first quarter.
Lorenzen breaks a press down the lane, up against post, knocks him over, but no call, and Lorenzen lays it up and in. 40 seconds to go in the half. Putnam on the far side in the front court. Drops it off. Johnson brings it back up top. Danakis, touch pass over to Hamilton on the near side, and he's going to travel with it, or are they going to call moving screen? Moving screen on Danakis. That's on Drew. That's his second. It is. 21-19, home team leading here in George. 32 ticks to go in the first quarter. Heller inbounds it to Jensen. Jensen will bring it up over to Harms as they get into the front court. Drops it off. Lorenzen throws it down low. A bullet pass down low, and then newly entered Austin Simpson, but it's tipped away. It'll stay with the Pioneers. And another player, Brandon Van Briesen, coming into the game for the Mustangs. Jensen up top, swinging near side. Heller looking in. Simpson trying to set up for an entry pass, and a foul away from the basketball is called. That's the second one on Austin Harms. You know, I wish they'd pause every once in a while just so I could get some of these names written in my book. The way they keep, well, they got a deep bench. Do the Mustangs. Back the other way, driving baseline, stopping, readjusting. A little bit behind the backboard was Johnson, missed the shot. Right back down the other way. Lorenzen takes it down the lane, lays it up, gets it to go, and the foul. 3-point play, Lucas Lorenzen. And he flexed.
And that right there to tie it up. Lorenzen starting to get it going here. 11 of Okoboji's 21. He could add to that here.
He does. Perfect from the line so far is Lucas, 4 for 4. 1 second to go, half-court shot up, hits backboard off the hands of Hamilton, but no avail. 1 quarter of play, Okoboji leading 22-21 over George Little Rock. Second quarter action coming up when we return here on Y100.
West Iowa bone, joint, and sport surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIAbone.com.
Okoboji High School is proud to sponsor all Okoboji students in their activities. Okoboji High School wishes good luck to the Okoboji Pioneers as they work hard all season. Be proud to represent the Okoboji Pioneers in education and activities.
Wow, wow, wow. 22-21 the score. Okoboji leading. They have the basketball. They'll start at midcourt going left to right. The gray jerseys with the maroon working around. It's Lorenzen with it. He'll hand it off. Will Hoffman over to Jensen on the near side wing. Looks in, finds Lorenzen. Just a lane extension jumper shot. Jumper by Lorenzen is good. 24-21, right down the floor, taking it baseline. Stuck in the lane on the baseline and kicking it out is Mao up top, and the three from there is good. Can't do my book fast enough. That was DeWitt hitting the three. Lorenzen will try a three the other way. No. Rebounded by Danakis. 24 even. Down the floor, Mao with it. Entry pass. Danakis in Vaughn's face gets it to go. Danakis with 8. Boy, he's going to be a player. Jensen in the backcourt. Tries to flip it back to Heller, and it's kicked off the foot up to Hark. Pioneers will keep the basketball trailing by 2. 6:55 to go. Second quarter. Ball into Hoffman. Up to Jensen. 3/4 court. He gets it into the front court. Hands off to Lorenzen. He'll drive left to the free throw line, throw it to the corner where Hoffman is waiting, and he'll hit the three from there. Well, Hoffman's first basket of the evening. Pioneers take the 1-point lead back. Anderson with it in the front court. Anderson calling out the play. Throws it to his right. Now down the lane. Scoop shot is no good. Off the hands of Mao. And back the other way, Lorenzen gets a break and slams it down. Lucas Lorenzen with the dunk gives the Pioneers the 29-26 lead.
No one in front of him, only a matter of time before we saw that.
Well, a shot missed on the other end of the floor as GLR quickly threw one up. Touched off about 5 hands and goes out of bounds. So it'll stay with the Mustangs. Trying to look down, marking my book. I look up, and he's up in the air jamming it.
Well, he took off with full confidence that they were going to get him the basketball, and they prevailed.
Here's DeWitt up top. Danakis swing it far side to Anderson. Dribbles to his left and brings it back up on top of the key. Hands it off to post. Now here's to Hark. Danakis right side, far side. DeWitt fakes a three. Jensen up on him. Now post with it. They work it around over to the far side. Taking it baseline and throwing it back up top to post. Anderson fakes it. DeWitt will shoot it from the near side, and he hits the three. Caleb DeWitt's third three of the first half. He's got 11.
Mustangs are shooting the basketball really well to start off this game. Not looking like an 0-3 team in this one. We're in for a long contest.
Pioneers down the floor from the far side. Corner three on the way, and look at that. Will Hoffman dialing it up. He's got 2 threes. 6 points in the game, and the Pioneers lead at 32-29. 5 minutes to go, first half. Anderson will slow things down momentarily. Up top, nearly stolen away by Lorenzen as the post got it. Gives it over to DeWitt, back up top. Anderson, guarded by Heller. Works it in, gives it off to Hark. Hark takes the baseline, throws it back out to Anderson. Anderson will drive to the free throw line, get in the lane, throw a shot up with a man in his face, and gets the shooter's roll. Ben Anderson gets his first basket of the evening. Lorenzen right back down the floor, takes it on the low side, blocks on the near side, makes a move, makes a man commit a foul on him, and he lays it up and in. 3-point play once again for Lucas Lorenzen.
Up to 16 now, 4:26 to go in the half, and Lucas Lorenzen not had an off night yet, and he is just continuing.
Up to 18.
Yep, to start. Oh, how about that? Up to 18
with
now.
that basket, yeah.
Yep. Could go to 19. He's just on a roll right out of the gates in this season.
Well, it seems like when he gets down the floor, just nobody can stop his offensive game.
Yep.
Hits the free throw. 4-point lead, Pioneers. Putnam gives it off to DeWitt on the near side, beyond the arc. Jensen made sure he wasn't going to launch another three on him. Ball cycles around, back to Putnam, then up top, Danakis, near side. Faking left, going right with it was Johnson, giving off. Post has it. DeWitt forced to go baseline, and then cut off. He'll pull it back out. Danakis up top, the other side to Putnam, fakes right, takes it left, goes baseline, gets stopped, but dishes off to DeWitt. His shot is blocked by Jensen, and Jensen comes away with it, pushes it down the floor. Hoffman into the lane, gets a shot up, can't get it to go. Vaughn gets his birthday cake and eats it. Rebound and basket for Justin Vaughn. 37-31. My cake. Putnam in the lane, spin around, floater goes. Taylor Putnam having a good first half. He's up to 11. Back down the floor, Lorenzen lost the rock, got it back, shoveled it across to the birthday boy who gets fouled and one. Foul from behind. Justin Vaughn will go to the line. 3-point play coming up for the senior.
Yeah, he'll take seconds too. How about that?
A cake so good, give me another, huh?
A lot of back and forth scoring here, but Okoboji find themselves leading by 6, but up and down the court.
Pioneers have gone on a nice little run here to open that lead up a little bit. Some players being exchanged for GLR.
And you can definitely feel the tempo picking up.
Vaughn with 4 in the game, looking for his 5th. His free throw is, he just opened the bank. It's good. 40-33. Down the floor, GLR works it. Hamilton gives it off to Post, who launches a 3. Can't get it to go. Jensen goes up big for the rebound. Putnam tried to steal from him. Jensen didn't give it up. Right down the floor, and it's going to be another feeding for the Vaughn, as handing off to him was Heller. Vaughn lays it in. And Justin Vaughn suddenly having a first half. He's got 7, and then Pioneers now lead by 9, 42-33, 2:54 to go first half. Timeout taken by GLR. We'll take 30 seconds with them when we return. More high school basketball on Y100.
Mean to be on a team. It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest, member FDIC.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
42-33. And all 5 starters for the Pioneers have scored in this one. And Austin Harms, the bench player, coming in and supplying a little spark. He's also got a basket in this one. Okoboji with the lead. They'll drop back into half-court defense. The ball comes into Anderson of George Little Rock, and he'll bring it into the front court. Guarded by Harms. Gives it off to Hamilton. Up top. Now to Post. Putnam with it. Putnam a pretty quick guard. He's guarded by Hoffman. He'll give it off. Ball poked away in the back court. Here comes Lorenzen in the front court. Goes up. Misses the two-handed. He might have got bumped a little bit. Missed the shot. Men back down the floor. Comes Johnson, Isaiah Johnson, and he gets fouled as he got into the front court.
Well, he needed to get on his horse that time, and he raced down the court. Maybe had a little too much momentum going. He felt a Mustang at either side of him, but that's a tough break for Lorenzen, just right there.
Anderson
Almost laying another breakaway.
Anderson gives it off. And taking it baseline is Johnson. He'll kick it back out. Anderson has it in the corner. He'll hit a cutting Putnam right to the rack, and he can't get it to go. Too strong. Heller with the rebound. Hands it off to Hoffman, and he got jumped. And it kind of surprised him. He spun around and took an extra step just to avoid, which looked like it was going to be a collision. Gets called for the travel. 42-33. Okoboji still with the lead here in the first half. 2:04 remains. Anderson inbounded on the near side, next to the scorer's table in the front court. Gives it off to Hamilton. Hamilton over to Johnson, guarded by Vaughn. Now post on the wing, guarded by Lorenzen. Here's Heller defending DeWitt. All up beyond the arc here. Now taking it baseline, throwing up a head fake, getting the defenders up in the air is Johnson, but then he can't hit the shot. Pioneers with the rebound. Lorenzen in the front court, fakes right, goes left. Gives it off, baseline, 3 on the way up from Hoffman, can't get it to go. Rebound, Lorenzen, pump fake, gets the guy up. He can't hit the baseline jumper. Post comes away with the rebound. Post pushing the pace, up to Anderson, near side corner. 3 on the way, no good, out the hands of Hamilton. Rebound, Jensen. Jensen's going to push the pace right back down, all the way down the floor to Lorenzen, who starts baseline on the far side. Fakes like he's going to come out with it, doesn't, then it does a reverse layup. Misses the shot, but is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Foul on Mason Post, his second. Lorenzen into the free throw line to shoot a pair. First free throw by Lorenzen. Rims out. I was going to say he's a perfect 5 for 5 up until then. I did not say it, so I did not curse anything. He's now 5 for 6.
Cursed by not saying it.
Maybe, that could be, yeah.
You thought
the reverse curse.
Yeah.
Lorenzen's going to get another one. They got another sub they want to let in, and I think he's coming in for Lorenzen. Ducked down behind the table there. Looks kind of got the hair like my buddy Tegan, who I used to work with. Goes to Okoboji. Free throws up. Much shorter version of Tegan's hair. Lorenzen's free throw is good.
That put him right at 20 for the first half. That is pretty impressive to get 20 points in just one half of basketball.
It's Zach Fife for the 5'10 senior coming in. Here's DeWitt for the Mustangs in the front court. Works around near side from the wing. Anderson takes it baseline. Nothing there. He's cut off. Gives it off to DeWitt. Then another handoff. He's still working around. Mao had it momentarily. Danakis takes a baseline jumper from an odd angle. Can't get it to go. A little bit behind the backboard. Rebounded by Heller, who forces it down the floor. And they slow it down. Heller up top of the key to the corner to Fife. Now the wing. And a 3 there from Jensen is no good. Rebound being fought for it. Simpson in the paint. He'll go back up with it. He can't get it go. Jensen will follow it up, though. He'll pick it out of midair and lay it up and in.
He did that one other time tonight, but just crashes the boards, finishes the play. Nobody saw him coming. Great focus by Jensen.
In the back, or in the front court, DeWitt will launch a 3 from the wing. He wasn't set and missed the shot. Jensen gets another rebound. He's got a lot of them tonight. He'll give off to the near side. 3 on the way. Nope, along. Jensen on the backside gets the rebound. That shot was missed by Harms. Here's Fife going in the lane, lost control of it. Gives it up a half court or full court shot at the buzzer is no good by GLR. And the Pioneers going a nice run to close out the first half. They lead it 45-33. A 12-point lead for Okoboji heading into the half. Wow.
Yeah, we saw a lot of good things from Okoboji in the post. They grabbed many crucial boards. George Little Rock, they were starting to get hot shooting the basketball, tied up with them for most of that first half, but wow, Okoboji really took off there in the second quarter, and they're going to halftime in great shape, in control of this one, leading by 12.
Good momentum for the Pioneers. We'll take a break, and Coach Adams will more than likely be joining us. I'll let Mitch go ahead and talk things with Coach Adams during the break, because I need one as well. A lot of voice work for me tonight. Yes. I'm gonna rest the cords for a little bit and let you work your magic, Mitch.
Well, I've left you hanging for most of this. Granted, I had my hands full, but
you're busy. Yep.
Yeah, but without a doubt, you deserve a break. Good job calling the action so far.
Well, take a break and come back with your halftime show. And it's brought to you by the Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center.
Lakes News Shopper would like to wish the Okoboji Pioneers and area sports teams the best of success this season. The Lakes News Shopper appreciates all the hard work and dedication that the student athletes and coaches put into their seasons and are very proud of the Pioneers.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
Okoboji High School is proud to sponsor all Okoboji students in their activities. Okoboji High School wishes good luck to the Okoboji Pioneers as they work hard all season. Be proud to represent the Okoboji Pioneers in education and activities.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm and Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
The Hut Bar and Grill in Arnold's Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the Hut in Arnold's Park.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
Welcome back to Y100, also live video streaming at exploreokoboji.com. Currently stuck in halftime of the boys' game in our nightcap tonight in the Siouxland Conference. Okoboji leading George Little Rock 45-33, but now joining us on the halftime show, brought to you by Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center, is head coach of the girls team for the Pioneers, John Adams. Coach, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks for having us.
Well, Coach, this game definitely tonight started out a lot better than what we saw earlier this week. So a quick turnaround against the Sibley Ocheyedan game, tied up at halftime. Very close, unfortunately, following in the end, 43-29. It looks like George Little Rock just took things away in the second half. What were some of your thoughts?
Yeah, we just, we felt like we guarded really well in the first half. Turned it over maybe a little bit too much, and tied at half. We kind of felt like we should have been up about 10 or 12. Missed some shots that we can definitely make, and then a few too many turnovers. Guarded, when you give up 15 and a half, you should be ahead. Mm-hmm. And so we just have to do, I've got to do a better job as a coach to get our girls in position to beat the press, and then once we beat the press, execute in the half court. And we're just not doing that right now, and that, that falls back on me. So we've put a couple new wrinkles in our offense that we kind of have to work through and, go through some of those growing pains. And but we competed, in a game that you give up 43, you'll have a chance. So we got to get the offense going, and we'll get there.
Without a doubt, a couple more bright spots. You seem to limit those breakaways and started to get a lot better looks offensively, just sometimes waiting for that ball to fall more in your favor, but also 7 of 11 from the free throw line, so eventually that's going to come back to be working in your favor. But also want to ask Shayla Bosky, as you mentioned, a reason she wasn't out there tonight.
Yeah, we really missed her. She's been playing well. She hurt her knee in the Sibley game, and we had an MRI on Thursday, and so we'll await those results and hope it's nothing major, and hope to get her back sooner than later. But and it's not an excuse because you've got to find a way. But we've got 4 kids that are out right now with injuries that her and Carly Carsons, Amy Martin, and Emma Whitrock that could definitely be helping us. But it's the next person up, and we just have to do a little bit better job of taking care of the basketball and finding a way to get the ball in the hole, and that's on coaching. I told the girls, if you keep guarding like you're guarding, coaches, we got to fix the offense. So back to the drawing board with that. We'll watch a lot of film over the weekend and find a way to put these girls in a better position to score.
And next up, Coach, just a handful more games before Christmas break, obviously. What do we got coming up on the schedule?
Tuesday and Friday, I know we're home. West Line, Central Line, I couldn't tell you which is which, to be honest. We were really focused on tonight and felt like this was one we could get.
Yep.
And then Saturday we're home, too, against GTRA. That one I do know because it's a Saturday game, which is unusual for us. So we'll be excited to get back on the court on Monday. We'll watch this film, learn from it, and hopefully move a step closer to getting healthier as a team and, stay together. But proud of our effort, and now we just have to get the execution at a higher level.
Well, sounds good. Coach John Adams on our halftime show. Coach, thank you very much for talking with us.
You bet. Thanks for having us, Mitch.
And best of luck in his next matchup against Central Lyon. I believe that'll be Tuesday and Friday back home. Making a one-time return as the Arnold's Park Wildcats. We'll have that game on Y100 once again, as well as live video streaming at exploreokoboji.com and our other streaming outlets. And we'll go ahead now as the teams make their way back out onto the court. Just 2 minutes away from the start of the second half here on Y100. Let's go ahead and take just a 1-minute timeout. Thank a couple more of our sponsors, and we'll give final numbers and analysis from halftime right after this on Y100.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames in the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
I didn't know what I wanted to do.
I have big dreams for the future. And Iowa Lakes gave me the perfect start.
I'm busy, but Iowa Lakes fits.
Some days are way harder than others. But every day,
I'm having fun. I'm learning.
I'm building lifelong friendships.
And I'm gaining experience.
Your future?
Your future.
Your future starts at Iowa Lakes.
The first half. Some first half stats and numbers, and I haven't fully checked my numbers, but I believe Will Hoffman has 6 points. Lucas Lorenzen with 29 for Will Jensen, 1 for Jaden Heller, 7 for Justin Vaughn, and 2 for Austin Harms. On the other side, Ben Anderson with 2. 10 points for Taylor Putnam. 8 points for Drew Danakis. And 11 points for Caleb DeWitt. I hope those add up to a 45-33 lead for Okoboji. Usually I check them all, Mitch, but I had to run out, take a break, a little restroom, and I didn't have time to fill out the book, and you were talking with Coach. So
felt like a quick halftime too, but still a pretty good contest. The basketball, Okoboji did a great job getting separation in that second quarter. I'll let you tally that up once again, but Pioneers in good shape coming out of halftime.
GLR starts with the ball to start the second half. Their shot is missed, and then an over-the-back foul is called. My numbers were accurate, according they matched the score of the game.
Very good.
I don't know if I said Isaiah Johnson for GLR with a 2-point basket as well. Just underway here, second half. Full court pressure. Jensen's going to break it behind the back. He gets into the front court. He's going to take it right down the lane. Nobody stops him, so he lays it up and in. Jensen just says, somebody try to stop me. Come on. Putnam back the other way. He says, you try to stop me, and he throws it up off the glass. Boy, just right up and down for Putnam and Jensen. They both score. 47-35. Vaughn into the front court. To Hoffman, drives in, left side, lays it up and in. A transition basketball here. Right up and down. Just pushing it. Or not transition, but pushing the pace. Quick lob into the low blocks and in the face of Vaughn. The shot goes up, off the hands of Groos, and he has scored.
A lot of back and forth scoring. You like to see it.
Hoffman into the front court, catches it, takes it all the way up and in. It's just, where's the defense here to start the second half? Everybody scoring layups at ease. Putnam, little jab step up top, takes it in. He can't hit, though. Good defense applied by Heller. Lorenzen with it down the floor. He gets bumped, no shot. They say foul on the floor. So he'll go to the line to shoot up. No, it was not a shooting foul. Called before the shot. Okoboji will just get it underneath the basket. Pioneers going right to left now on your radio dial in the gray uniforms against the white of GLR. Ball comes in, lob to Lorenzen, can't hit it. Gets his own rebound. He'll take it up and get it to go. Lucas's first basket of the second half. 53-37 Okoboji. Hamilton to DeWitt. Along the perimeter over to Anderson, guarded by Lorenzen. Here's Hamilton back with it. Up top, gives it off to Putnam. Looking. Gives it to Hamilton. Goes left and then gives it to Anderson there. And he hits a three from the far side. 3-point land. Van Anderson with his first three of the game. He's got 5 total points. Okoboji leading by 13. Jensen in the front court. Left side, lob pass over to Lorenzen. Can't get the floater to go. Vaughn rips the rebound. Kicks it back out. Here's Heller right back down in the lane. Gets the rim roller and it doesn't fall. Foul called though. And Jaden Heller will go to the line.
I tell you what, Will Jensen has been setting up some of his fellow Pioneers for some big play opportunities. Just trying to go for that lob pass, leading them to the hoop, and a lot easier said than done.
Heller's free throw is good. He is now 2 for 3 in the game from the free throw line. All his points have come from the free throw line. Jensen has looked good tonight too. Rebounds.
He's been a very good transition into this year.
Next free throw. That one is good. So Jaden now 2 out of 3 from the line. It'll be DeWitt bringing the ball on the floor. He gets into the front court and hands it off to Putnam. Putnam guarded by Heller. Fakes right, goes left, takes a baseline, and he's stopped. Kicks it back up top to Hamilton. Putnam and DeWitt just ran into each other. Putnam hit the deck. Then he gets back up, takes it down the lane, and he would have had a layup, but he tried to pass it off. Stolen away. Back the other way. Down to Lorenzen. Goes up for the flush and gets fouled, so he can't. Foul committed by Tahark.
They're just trying to do everything they can to stop Lorenzen, but Jensen again. He's moving the ball very nicely for Okoboji.
Pushing the fast break there. Lorenzen will head to the free throw line. That is the 3rd personal on Tahark. Lorenzen back rim, no good. Now Lucas has missed 2 from the free throw line here so far tonight. That's his first miss on his first attempt on a free throw in the second half. 15-point lead for Okoboji with 5:27 to go in the third. Free throw, that one is good. 16-point lead, Putnam in the front court. Over to Hamilton. Tahark, entry pass to Donakis. Can't get the shot to go. Rebounded by Jensen. Vaughn had defense there. Lorenzen down the floor in the front court. Takes it up right to the rack. Gets it to go. Did the crossover and took it in. And Lorenzen with another basket.
Well, if my eyes see correctly, Tim, check out that banner out there.
Up, 1,000-point club. Are they going to
hold it?
No.
Up?
Did they show it or did they just pull it and then re-roll it?
Well, it looks like they're re-rolling it, but I got the shot of it down, but there we go.
There we go.
I would like to think, yes, Lucas Lorenzen, 1,000 points so far on his high school career, and he got it just as a junior.
Free throw is good. Now he's over. Bubba Sohn for HLP getting it the other day. Senior over there.
For sure.
Driving down the lane and getting stopped now and looking to get out of it. And does as Johnson throws it out to Hamilton, gives it up now back to Johnson, who will drive into the lane, throw it out to Post. Post will hand it off to Hamilton, pump fakes, and puts it on the ground on the wing. His entry pass is knocked away, and he gets it back. Gets it down to Danakis. His shot is defended by Vaughn, misses, and the Pioneers come away with it. Lorenzen into the front court. Fakes right, pulls it back left, dishes it off to wide open Heller, who traveled with it. Oh, Jaden was wide open, and he was going to have the defense jump out at him and then drive it in. Pioneer girls holding up the banner for Lucas Lorenzen's 1,000-point club. Mrs. Adams taking the photo of it. Looking in, GLR in the front court. Post, entry pass, Danakis, and a foul called on Vaughn. Bumped Danakis. And for Justin, that's his first personal. Austin Harms will check in and give Will Jensen a rest. They mounted underneath the hoop, work it back up top. Johnson to Hamilton. Hamilton yet to score in this game. Wears one high sock on the right and a low sock on the left. Faking left, going right as Johnson drives baseline, can't get it to go. Lorenzen gobbles up the rebound. Brings it down the floor. Throws it up top. Heller to Hamilton, or to Hoffman, excuse me. Guarded by Hamilton. Here's Harms, pinned up on the far sideline. Post gave him a little bump and will be called for the foul. That'll be Post's third personal. Caleb DeWitt will check in for him. Nope, not for him. Now they can't decide who to come out. Will Hamilton will come out. Lorenzen inbounds it on the far sidelines to Heller, then to Vaughn up top. Driving into the lane, throwing a floater up is Hoffman. Can't get it to go. Rebound knocked around, and DeWitt comes down with it. 59-40, Okoboji with the lead. 3:33 to go as GLR gets it into the front court. And a foul is committed there by Jaden Heller, his first. Fife back into the game. He'll give Heller a rest. Von Lorenzen, Fife, Hoffman, and Harms on the floor for the Pioneers. Post over to the near side wing. DeWitt fakes right, goes left. Step three, no. Rebound Lorenzen. Lucas will bring it down the floor. Dribbles left, switch right, gets to the free throw line, kicks it far side corner. Three on the way, no. Missed by Harms, rebound by the Pioneers. They get it, recycle it, all the way back down. Lorenzen, nobody can stop him on the low paint. He scores it again. Nice rotation of the ball there by the Okoboji Pioneers, who now lead by 21 with under 3 to go.
Yeah, that's something they've been doing well all game, just moving the ball, spreading around until you have that opening, and just moving so quick out there. They're just taking advantage of everything they've gotten. This Okoboji offense has looked really special so far this year.
Vaughn called for a bump down low, his second. So they'll inbound it right next to the GLR bench to the right of the scorer's table. Ball comes into DeWitt, guarded by Hoffman. Up top, rotated far side. And another new player I didn't see him sneak into the game on me. Had it. They recycle it back around the near side. Ended up in the hands of Tahark, and a foul called away from the play. And boy, Vaughn's picked up a few fouls here. That's his third. Lorenzen and Vaughn will take a break. Aiden Doms, a 6'6 sophomore, into the game, and he defends right away. Tahark lost it, and they call a travel. Looked like an undecisive call. Simpson in the game also for the Pioneers, and he'll inbound it after they get the turnover. Some going a little deeper to the bench here. They work it up for Dom. Touch pass. Nice over to Harms. Lays it up and in. A nice tic-tac-toe to run the floor and get the basket to go. 23-point lead for Okoboji. Micah Jumbeck into the game. He turns it over. Pioneers bring it back down the floor. Fife takes it to the rack. He's fouled and one. Zach Fife gets his first basket of the game.
He's got so much momentum right now for Okoboji. Just so much hustle up, back, and down the court. Really starting to pull away from this one. It was a close one well into the second quarter, and right now Okoboji on top of George Little Rock, 65-40. Could be more here.
Fife, no. Misses Simpson with the rebound. Then he has it poked away from him. Putnam comes away with it. One-on-one against Fife. Takes it all the way in, gets fouled, throws the ball up, can't get it to go. He'll go to the line to shoot a couple, though. With the body, it's called. We'll put Putnam at the free throw line. He'll shoot a pair. Fife picks up his first personal. Free throw up, no good. Caleb Pashong checks in. So this is the tallest the Pioneers can get. Caleb Pashong, the junior at 6'4", and Aiden Doms, the sophomore at 6'6". Free throw here is good. Putnam 1 for 2. Okoboji works it up the floor. Pashong into the front court. Gets it off to Fife, into the lane. Simpson, he could have gone up with it. Instead, he put it on the ground. It got tipped away, hit off his own foot, and goes off of Simpson. Coach Stumble throwing an arm up in the air. Say, go right up with it. Don't put that on the ground. Pioneers having success with some of their bench players here, and play stoppage. The referee circled his finger. I'm not quite sure what that call was. Maybe a clock issue. Ball comes into Jumbeck in the backcourt. He'll walk it into the front court. Goes through his legs. Gives it off to Putnam. Lob pass down low. Gets Doms in the air. And the basket is good. Nice look and play by Mao to score. 65-43 Okoboji's lead. Minute 40 to go, third quarter, right down the floor. Touch pass down the lane, and Doms can't hit the short, easy shot. Aiden was fed nicely by Harms, but he couldn't finish. Anderson cycles in the front court. Jump back, launches a three, misses everything. Fife comes down with the rebound. He'll bring it up the floor with a minute 20 to go in the third quarter. Doms got it. Crossed up, lost the handle on it. Got it back after he fought for it on his knees. And Coach Stumble says, I'll take a timeout right here. Be just a 30-second timeout. Minute 14 to go, third quarter. 65-43 of the score. I'll thank a couple of our sponsors for this timeout, like our Palo Alto County Health System sponsoring this timeout. Bank Midwest, Karsten's Financial Group, the Hut Bar and Grill, and Okoboji Schools. We thank them for sponsoring high school sports here on Y100. I'm Tim Peterson. He's Mitch Kieran. The game is being video streamed on ExploreOkoboji.com if you'd like to watch still. If you just were unaware of that, now you know. And like G.I. Joe would say, that's half the battle.
And so far, it's gone off without a hitch, so be sure to check us out, ExploreOkoboji.com and Y100 on Facebook, too. Plus, you can subscribe to Explore Okoboji on YouTube, or we'll also be streaming all these games at any platform that suits you best.
Pioneers with the basketball out of the timeout. They work it up top. Simpson. Far side on the wing is Fife. Now Pashong from the near side wing. He'll launch a three, and yes, Pashong hits it. 50 seconds to go in the third. 68-43. Putnam in the front court. Passes it off. Now they go inside. Back to the free throw line. Far side to Putnam. Baseline. Jump back. He'll lob it inside. And jumping up and down. Good face-up defense by the Pioneers against Mao. He turned around. He jumped in the air and figured out I don't have anything, and landed with the basketball. It's a travel. Good defense by Okoboji. Pashang gets it in the front court, up to Doms. Across the lane, over to cutting in Harms, and he finishes it. Pioneers with the bench players looking good here, filling in. Starters got a nice lead, and bench coming in and playing well, picking up right where they left off. 10 seconds to go in the quarter, 70-43. Anderson with it on the far side wing, up top to Putnam. 4 seconds. Near side jump back, 2 seconds. Back up top, Putnam launches a three. That'll go with Wedgie on the board. No good. Okoboji 70-43. They outscored the Mustangs 15-10 in that quarter for this lead. We'll head to the fourth quarter. More basketball coming up on Y100.
Are you paying too much for internet service? It's time to cut the wires, cut the charges. IGL Teleconnect is your local internet provider. No contracts, no hidden fees, no equipment rental, and no confusing packages for just $40 a month. IGL Teleconnect, we put you first.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
News Shopper would like to wish the Okoboji Pioneers and area sports teams the best of success this season. The Lakes News Shopper appreciates all the hard work and dedication that the student athletes and coaches put into their seasons and are very proud of the Pioneers.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
Up top, Hoffman to the corner to Jensen from three-point range, and Will the Thrill hits a three. He's got 14 in the game. Okoboji up big, 73-43. Into the front court, Post takes Vaughn to the hoop, gets low block, and gets him to fall for the pump fake, and Post lays it up and in. Mason Post, his first basket of the game. Jensen, starters back out here for Okoboji. Vaughn catches it in the front court, hands it off to Jensen. Now Heller cutting, has the ball poked away from him. Anderson picks it up for GLR. Into the front court he goes. Gives it off to Putnam. Pump fakes, drives in, kicks it out. Anderson open for three. Far side wing, no. Rebounded Jensen. Jensen's going to start a fast break all the way up the floor to Lorenzen. Wide open. One hand slam and jam on. Oh, it didn't. It didn't. The toilet didn't flush, but it hung on and then eventually dropped.
Oh, man. So many of those have just hung up there and not gone into tight. And the one-handed, like you said, thank goodness it went down.
Cutting jump back gets a quick shot to go in, 75-47. Jensen up the floor, going to alley-oop it to Lorenzen. He's going to lay it up and in.
Wow.
Well, those two are just on the same page, and it's just not fair to some of these opponents.
There's just so many big plays tonight on that Okoboji offense, and like you mentioned, they're spearheaded by Jensen and Lorenzen. 32 points for Lucas Lorenzen.
It'll be GLR's ball on the far side of the court. Lorenzen picked up his third foul there. He'll come out of the game along with Vaughn. That might be it. That should be it for them. They're up by 30. Anderson to inbound it. Throws into the backcourt to jump back. Just trying to get Lorenzen his average here, I think. And he got it. Anderson in the far side corner. Starts to drive in, spins, throws one up in the low blocks. Can't get it to go, but he's fouled. That'll be Harms. His third. That'll put Anderson at the free throw line to shoot a pair. Ben Anderson makes the first. He's got 6 points in the game. Jump back post. Heineken and Putnam leave the game. Anderson, DeWitt, Hamilton. I'll get to the others here in a second. Second free throw is good. Danakis. Now Anderson checks out. There's just not enough room on my paper in my book to write everybody's names down here. They keep cycling them in and out. Right down the floor. Hoffman off the glass on the left side. A fast break points after they broke that press for the Pioneers as Hoffman scores another one. He's got 12 in the game. Right down the floor, and a little floater in the lane off the right hand goes in up to Hark, his first basket of the game. 79-51. And a foul called as the Pioneers break the press. Blocking foul called on Isaiah Johnson, his first personal. Both teams in the bonus, so that'll send Will Jensen to the free throw line. One-on-one opportunity. 5:40 remaining. 79-51 Okoboji. Free throw is good by Will. He'll get another one. Looking for a 16th point, and getting it is Will Jensen. 9 in the first half, 7 in the second half for Will. Looks like Fife might be coming in for him. GLR sets up, and they entry pass into Danakis, and Simpson bumps him. He's called for the foul. Simpson at 5'11", plays down in the post against some of these taller players like Drew Danakis, who stands at 6'2". Jensen and Hoffman both come out. Heller will come out. Pashang, Fife, Doms, Harms, and Simpson on the floor. Free throws missed. Pashang yanks down the rebound. Harms, baseline. Oh, Simpson caught the ball, and then he took 2 steps back to shoot the 3, and they called him for a travel on that one. Still a 30-point lead for Okoboji. Hamilton in the front court, hands it off. Johnson drives in baseline and gets stopped, kicks it back out. DeWitt catches it on the wing, gives it back to Hamilton. A lob pass inside, and it's tipped away. Bashang comes away with it. Good defense by Doms fronting. Bashang had the backside. Harms into the lane, back down the floor. And a travel is called as he cut through the lane. Harms turns it over. Under 5 minutes to go in the ballgame. With a big lead like this, kind of wish the refs would just put the whistles away for now. They're not calling, I guess, many fouls all that much, but just errors. Mustangs working around the perimeter and then finally driving in and taking a bank shot is to Hark, and he hits it.
And for the most part tonight, George Little Rock has been shooting the basketball pretty well. Just this momentum that Okoboji has picked up as this game's carried on has just been tremendous.
Oh, Fife had Dobbs wide open down the floor and just didn't put enough mustard on the pass. Hamilton picks it off, drives in, puts one up in the lane, can't get it to go. Danakis gets the rebound. He goes up. He's fouled. Shot no good. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. That foul on Doms is first. Danakis had 8 points in the first half, and most of it came in that first quarter. Hadn't scored since until just now. He's got 9, a 6'2" freshman. Next free throw, bounces out, rebounded by Simpson. Outlets it to Harms, who brings it up the floor. Hands it off to Fife on the near side. Fife lost his footing and shook his defender. Nothing comes about it. Harms has it now, working around Pashang from the wing. Far side 3, no. A rebound is fought for by 3 Mustangs, and they come away with it. It's a good thing they did. Down the floor, a blocking foul as DeHart pressed the issue. Got into the lane and got Fife to get him with the body. So Zach Fife picks up his second personal, and that'll send DeHart to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Dark, no good here. It's his first time to the line tonight. It had no points in the first half. He's got 4 here in the second half. 81-54 Pioneers all over the Mustangs, with 3:55 to go. Next free throw is short. Doms pulls down the rebound. Kicks it to Harms. Harms will bring it up the floor. Man-to-man defense just drops back. Fife on the wing. Pashang up top. Drives in, and he got the ball knocked away from him. Here comes Van Briesen for the Mustangs. Out to Hamilton on the wing. Nothing there. Johnson will start in. He's cut off. Back out to Hamilton. Reset to Hark straight away. Swinging along the perimeter. Near side Johnson. Hamilton nearly traveled. Fife guarding at the free throw line now. Stops him. Thought about a step back shot by Johnson, and did he throw it away? Nearly threw it away. Pashang went for it. Couldn't grab it in time. He's called for knocking it out of bounds. 3:12 to go in the ball game. Okoboji up big. Johnson passes to the right. Running in. A 10-foot jumper doesn't go by Tahark. Rebounded by Pashang. And here comes Harms down the floor. Goes behind his back as he gets into the front court. Dribbles it out. Near side, Fife from the wing. Feeds it into Doms. Can't handle the pass. Danakis ended up with it. Hamilton back down the other way. Gets into the lane and then throws a little set shot up in the lane. Can't get it to go. Doms can't get the rebound and comes right back out to the Mustangs. Van Briesen, and he throws it up and in. 81-56, 2:33 to go in the ball game. A 30-second timeout taken on the floor. We'll take one with them. Be back in 30 here on Y100.
Are you paying too much for internet service? It's time to cut the wires, cut the charges. IGL Teleconnect is your local internet provider. No contracts, no hidden fees, no equipment rental, and no confusing packages for just $40 a month. IGL Teleconnect, we put you first.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Remaining in the ball game, 81-56 in favor of the Okoboji Pioneers over the George Little Rock Mustangs. I'm Tim Peterson. He's Mitch Kieran. Pioneers have the basketball under the Mustangs basket, looking against full court pressure. Simpson will inbound it, gets it into Pashang, who quick touches it over to Harms. He'll get it into the front court. They'll just slow things down. Harms dribbles away beyond the perimeter, tries to enter it into Doms. Doms lost it, picked it back up. Now hits Harms along the baseline. He'll kick it back up to Fife, adjusts his feet, shoots the three, can't get it to go. Simpson with the rebound, and a foul is going to be called. And that foul on number 23, Matt Heineken, 5'10 freshman.
Well, with 2:11 left on the clock, Okoboji has this game all but won. As Simpson makes that first one, Okoboji looking to pick up their third victory to start off the year in a busy schedule next week. Tuesday back at home for their next three games in Milford against Central Lyon on Tuesday. Friday, West Lyon. Simpson makes the second one in a Saturday game against Grettinger Terrell Ruth Van Ayrshire.
83-56, right down the floor. They recycle it around. Well, the next Friday night game is a little throwback.
Yeah.
Arnold Spark is playing instead of Okoboji. Same squads, different uniform.
Blast from the past and Wildcat fever. And it'll be
have it on video as well.
Yeah, we're going to be bleeding purple tonight, but also against West Lyon. Wildcats versus Wildcats. So, yeah, they're going to have to differentiate between that, too. I would assume, of course, we have yourself, yours truly, Tim, on the play-by-play.
The Wildcats will definitely win that game.
Put my money on the Wildcats instead.
Pretty sure that they cannot lose. Minute 40 to go as GLR is just looking for a shot here. They get into the lane, they get a shot up, and it does go off the hands of Isaiah Johnson, his fourth point of the game.
Mustangs will be trying to pick up their first victory on the year next week. Their next two games at home, Tuesday against MOC Floyd Valley, Thursday against Kingsley Pearson. And then back on the road Friday at Sibley Ocheyedan.
Fife missed a shot back the other way, and look like an offensive push there by Johnson. We'll see what they call. No, they're going to call that against Okoboji. Pioneers came down. Fife couldn't get a shot to go. Refs are letting them play now. If it's not an obvious or a really big foul, they're just letting it go. Free throw is up and good by Johnson.
Well, of course, as you heard, next Friday night on Y100, West Lyon at Okoboji. And be sure to check out where we're going to be the rest of the week under the broadcast schedule at exploreokoboji.com.
Minute 15 to go. Simpson in the backcourt tries to fire it up and does get it. It was tipped, but Fife comes away with it. Now Harms in the front court. Back to Fife. Fife starts to his right, gives it off to Harms under a minute to go. Drives baseline, kicks it to Doms. Doms puts it on the ground. He is bumped left and right, and he passes it out, but a foul is called. Foul on Hein. My glasses, I might need. I think it's Helkin. It is. Okay, that is an L, not an I. Helkin. Dom's free throw is good. Aiden Doms in the scoring column. Makes it so now every Pioneer who has played has scored. Second free throw also good by Aiden. 25-point lead. Okoboji jumped back down the floor. Lost the handle on it. His teammate came by him, and Fife ends up with it. To Pashong. Pashong will bring it into the front court. He's going to bring it right down the lane. He's going to throw a little floater up, but can't get it to go. Rebound by Doms. He'll kick it back to Simpson. 35 seconds to go in the ballgame. Fife will just slow it up. Throw it over to Harms. Back to Pashong, near side Fife, well beyond the arc. Defending right up on him, and he'll dish it off to Harms. Now Pashong, just playing catch. 15 seconds to go. And this pass is finally tipped away, but in the backcourt, Harms runs back down. 10 seconds as he gets back into the front court with it. Slows it up. 5 seconds to go. Defense not backing off at all. 2 seconds. Now Pashong has it. And the defense does back off and let the clock expire. 85-60. Okoboji with a 25-point victory here on the road. You know, their boys, the JV boys lost earlier 38-35, but the varsity pick it up, get the win, 85-60. They'll improve to 3-1 on the season. And GLR drops to 0-4. That'll push us into our post-game show, and it's brought to you by the Eye Care Center of Spirit Lake. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Lakes News Shopper would like to wish the Okoboji Pioneers and area sports teams the best of success this season. The Lakes News Shopper appreciates all the hard work and dedication that the student athletes and coaches put into their seasons and are very proud of the Pioneers.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
Northwest Iowa bone, joint, and sports surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIAbone.com.
Okoboji High School is proud to sponsor all Okoboji students in their activities. Okoboji High School wishes good luck to the Okoboji Pioneers as they work hard all season. Be proud to represent the Okoboji Pioneers in education and activities.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm and Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
The Hut Bar and Grill in Arnold's Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the Hut in Arnold's Park.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheeden, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames in the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
85-60, and here are your final stats numbers for GLR. They had 6 points by Ben Anderson. Mason Post with 2, 14 for Taylor Putnam, 2 for Colin Mao, 9 for Drew Danakis, 11 for Caleb DeWitt, 2 for Max Gruss, 6 for Isaiah Johnson. Noah Tahark had 4, 2 for Brandon Van Briesen, and 2 for Micah Jumpbeck for the Okoboji Pioneers. 12 for Will Hoffman, 32 for Lucas Lorenzen, 16 for Will Jensen, 3 for Jaden Heller, 7 for Justin Vaughn, 2 for Zach Fife, 3 for Caleb Pashong, 6 for Austin Harms, 2 for Austin Simpson, and 2 for Aiden Doms. And that, my friends, is a lot of diverse scoring. Everybody who played for Okoboji scored, and almost all who played for GLR scored. Will Hamilton, one of the main players in the game tonight for GLR, did not score. Surprised by that. And in the game, GLR goes 6 for 10 from the free throw line. They did not shoot one free throw in the first half. Okoboji goes 21 for 26 from the line in this blowout victory here tonight. And most of it just kind of was like a rock gaining moss as it rolled down the hill. Just every time you looked up, the lead got a little bigger, a little bigger. It was only 1 point after the first quarter, Mitch, but after that they just kept stretching it out and eventually coasted to the victory.
Well, there were times this was a very up-tempo, back-and-forth basketball game up and down the court. For every score that one side would have, the other would just answer right back. But for Okoboji, now I think this is a team that, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of Siouxland coaches are going to agree with. They're just well coached. Ryan Stumbo has this team right now looking like a well-oiled machine. All the Pioneers getting on the board, and just how well they were able to move the basketball between each other, passing for those big passes, leading them directly to the hoop. They got amazing looks and just overall awareness and just keeping with the pace of the game, but not just to mention capping it off with some fantastic scores. Lucas Lorenzen once again hit his season average right at 32 points. And both of the Wills, Hoffman and Jensen, right there. You can't take your eyes off them because they also got that playmaking ability. But for Okoboji, things are looking on the brighter side for them right out of the gates this year. For George Little Rock, they put up a good fight, shot the ball well at times, but just couldn't slow down once Okoboji got hot.
It'll make that bus ride back to Okoboji a little more fun, knowing that everybody on the team that played scored for Okoboji. A 52-minute bus ride back won't seem as long. Well, Brian's back in studio. Apparently did a great job. Coach Stumble is going to make his way up here.
Well, all right. In the meantime, just have a quick update for the boys. Final on Q102, Galen Catholic defeats Harris Lake Park 59-44 to complete that sweep. And go ahead now and give the headset to Coach Stumbo as he joins us here on the post-game show from the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. Coach, thank you for taking the time to talk with us, and congratulations on a fantastic victory tonight.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Well, 85-60, Coach. A lot of back-and-forth scoring, as there were times George Little Rock had times they answered back with some of the scoring, but Okoboji just the momentum. Just take us through this contest and how the Pioneers are able to get such good separation.
Yeah, we were really proud offensively. We've been working hard to preach good habits and good discipline and just making the right play and taking good shots. And we were really, really good at doing that tonight, and we're able to get a lot of finishes around the rim. We were able to relax and get the ball up the floor on the press, and we were able to just have a lot of really, really good, sound offensive possessions that really helped us maintain momentum. I mean, credit George, they came out and were shooting really, really well and, exposing us a little bit with some things on defense. But because of our offensive discipline, and I think, we played a really smart game on the offensive side of the ball, we were able to kind of steady that early storm and just built in a really nice way throughout that end of the first half, and that carried right into the second half. So we were really, really proud of that element tonight.
Well, we could go all night talking about Lucas Lorenzen, but really special moment for him tonight just as a junior, and this early into the year, you can see the banner out there right now, reaching 1,000 points on the year. Just talk about what that could mean for the young player.
Absolutely. A really special accomplishment and a special night, and to accomplish that, so early in the year as a junior is pretty incredible. So we're very fortunate to have Lucas, and just a really, really good kid, great kid. And he just continues to work and continues to get better and better and better, very coachable. He listens very well, and you're seeing a lot of hard work that he's put in over the years really pay off. And we're very, very excited for him, very, very happy. Such a versatile player, a good leader and a good kid. So when you're lucky enough to, be able to coach kind of that trifecta, a lot of good things tend to follow, and he was able to accomplish that really special accomplishment tonight. So we're happy and proud of him.
And it's got to feel pretty good to know you still got him for the rest of this year and one more into next. But like you said, moved the ball very well offensively tonight. You stayed in the game, the pace of it, and you just found ways to get ahead and stay ahead. Foot on the gas pedal over George Little Rock. Credit them, shooting the ball pretty well tonight, but still they're looking for their first victory heading into next week. Let's talk next week, Coach. Looks like Tuesday and the next 3 games the next week, back home in Milford against Central Lyon, West Lyon, and GTRA. What are some of your thoughts moving into next week?
Next week will be an important week for us. Both Central Lyon and West Lyon are going to have really good athletes, and I think good teams coming in, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be physical. It's going to be quick and some good balls. So, we told the guys to really enjoy and focus on the positives of this one, over the weekend. But Monday rolls around. We really are going to need to buckle in, and we're excited and really looking forward to another week of competition for us.
Well, it's always exciting watching Siouxland Conference basketball, and we love calling the Pioneers, and we're excited to call the Wildcats next Friday as well for paying homage back in the day to Arnold's Park. But we've been talking with head basketball coach of the boys' side for Okoboji Pioneers, Ryan Stumbo. Coach, thank you very much for your time. Once again, congrats.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Coach Ryan Stumbo, I want to thank him once again for joining us on the post-game show, brought to you in part by Lakes Regional Healthcare. Actually, the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. Lakes Regional Healthcare, another Diamond sponsor. But the pregame, and until next time for that, let's go ahead now and take a quick look at what we still have for our weekend. Don't forget, we got the Coaches Show tomorrow on KUOO starting at around 8:15. Wisconsin at Iowa for Big Ten college football on KUOO tomorrow, kicking off at around 2:30. And on our Minnesota sister station, Extreme Country 105.7. You can tune to the Minnesota Vikings taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That game kicking off at around noon. For that full sports broadcast schedule, go to exploreokoboji.com.
Vikings kind of beat up, missing some players in that game, so it'll be interesting to see if they can pull it together and have some of the younger guys come up big, because they're not favored in that one, I don't think.
It's a big game. It's currently it's number 7 and 6 seeds in the NFC. I think where my favors lie, but looking forward to a good matchup.
Good matchup. We had we split tonight.
Yep.
Girls lose, boys win, but overall fun night over here in George. Hope everybody enjoyed watching the stream or listening to us on Y100 or I guess you're listening, too. If they're watching the stream, they can do both, right?
Well, either way, we're
you know what I mean.
Wherever you're watching the game, obviously limited attendance, we're happy to be bringing you the coverage of Okoboji Pioneer basketball. And until next time, a big thanks to Brian, and thank you, Tim. Great job, as always, on the call.
Thank you, Mitch, and thanks, Mom, for listening. That'll do it for tonight's high school basketball on Y100. Thanks for joining us.